Time. Selfish by nature, and it waits for no one. But tonight, dear listener, we at Penance RPG bring you another tale from the minds of Nikolai Popsky and Artie McNeil. A tale of a village with a hidden secret and a party of heroes racing against the clock. So as we wind up the timer, we bid thee stay a while, for this is one of many variations of our 2019 Halloween story.
Welcome to the Penance Halloween special, this time with 2 returning folk and 1 new person. So, Who are you? Where will people know you from? And who are you playing tonight? Starting with Kyle.
My name is Kyle. I am the Dungeon Maestro for the podcast called BomBARDed, and tonight I'll be playing Rusty Shackleford, the human fighter, because we should all be given a chance, man.
Game over, man. Game over. Next we have Lynne.
Hey everybody, my name is Lynne Meyer, and you probably know me best from the Uncaged anthology, for which I'm a writer and an editor. And tonight I am going to be playing a tabaxi thief named Izzy.
Awesome. And finally tonight we have the new blood, which is Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve Spalding. You would know me from the podcast Risk Management, where I'm one half of the dynamic duo there. And I am going to be playing a tiefling magician named Echo Song.
Fantastic. So, your tale begins, as all of our Halloween specials always do. You all responded to a request for work on the wall of a tavern. And as you all arrive and wait for someone to turn up to fill you in, a gentleman turns up. He looks humanish, in his maybe early 40s, with a bedraggled sort of raggedy hair, raggedy beard, and a long black leather coat. He introduces himself as Christoph Raducan, and he tells you that he is looking for one of his most talented, shall we say, beast hunters, who has descended to a local small village called Dorohirsk to hunt a vampire.
I don't want to be that guy, but if your beast hunter was so talented, why do you need to search for him?
He's usually quite good, but he's been gone a month. In the last 3 weeks we've not received any correspondence from the abode he told us he was staying at.
Perhaps you should question his talent.
He's been doing it for about 20-something years. He's usually pretty good. It's very strange what's going on.
And how long have you been growing that eldritch horror on your face?
He sort of looks at you and sort of tilts his head slightly and goes, "Not sure what you mean, friend."
That freaky beard you got there, man. It's not cool. Giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Puts his fingers up and gently sort of strokes through the beard, and you notice like days old food just falling from it, and he just looks at his hand and goes, "Meh."
See, you could hide stuff in there, and I don't know what you're hiding. What are you hiding from us about this job? What do you know that we don't?
Well, since you've asked no questions, everything.
That's a fair point.
What can you tell us?
The hunter's name is Wilfred Barsh. He is a human beast hunter. He has been down there for, as we said, about 4 weeks. We have a sort of policy in the guild that you try and respond once a week, so we all know you're still alive, so we can start any process should we need to, arrange funerals and such like that with the job as it is. What we know about Dorohirsk is it's a small village to the south, and it used to be one of the villages that the royal family, which you all remember have died a few years ago to that plague. They used to visit as a sort of summer house. They used to go to this sort of very small castle that's there, and they used to spend the late summers there, and that used to involve quite a lot of tourism. So this small village, which is now known for a turnip farm, used to have a lot more tourism than it does, and we were wondering if the last 6 months, shall we say, where this village has been pleading to someone to come deal with its vampire, has just been after the tourism that can be caused by a vampire hunter.
The vampire hunter has gone missing or has been injured or you don't know. It's been 3 weeks.
Probably dead. They are just a human after all.
It's, considering what he went to fight, I don't imagine he's dead. I mean, Wilfred has been hunting vampires for 20-something years. But considering what this village said they had, I really doubt it was a vampire in the first place. All they really sent us for the last 6 months, they sent us these badly spelled letters saying that they had some vampire. But the only cause they had to believe it was a vampire was that some animals had been drained of their blood.
That's creepy.
Creepy butcher, rather.
We don't really know. I mean, just coming out of midsummer now, but it's not typically the time of year you care for a vampire.
Rusty is shielding his eyes, not looking at Kristoff. He says, so Kristoff, you work for a guild, you said, so I imagine there's some coin to back this venture for us?
Oh yes, you will all be paid 100 gold, 50 gold up front, 50 on return, as per usual.
That's what I'm talking about there.
And
Okay.
we'll have access to the turnip farm.
I'm sure you can have as much turnips as you want to fill your boots with while you're there, but we can pay for your lodgings for 3 days if you wish.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
that sounds fine.
Yes,
Okay.
agreed.
So he writes a note, hands it to someone who runs out the door, and you hear the sound of a horse leaving, and he goes, your lodgings will be paid for the next 3 days. It should be long enough to find out what's become of my friend Wilfred.
You said you had letters. Do you still have them?
We don't seem to have them much. They're very simple letters. I mean, all they really say is, we have a vampire. And all these things are very badly spelled. It's not normal, but it seems to be sent from the town council itself, so whatever reason, the person they seem to employ to write letters can't seem to spell.
So, if he is dead, do you want us to bring something back? A necklace or a charm or a sword?
If he is dead, bring me his pocket watch. It's one of his most valuable items. It's a small silver pocket watch. It was a gift from the early days of the guild.
Now, I don't know about you two. I've never fought a vampire. So I'm gonna really need to know what the important details are on fighting a vampire in case we come across him.
Well, you just kind of stake him in the chest, really. I mean, you can shoot them through the head with silver. It will not kill them, but it will slow them down enough that you can get close.
See, that's the information I'm talking about there. The good stuff.
Is that, like, if I were to make like an arcana check, for example, would I know anything more about vampires? Does this jive with how vampires work in this world?
You could do lore, you could do religion. Probably
Yeah,
lore
let's
or
do
religion
lore.
will be your closest ones for vampire.
Well, let's do lore then.
First roll of the game.
Yep.
Not too
your-
shabby.
Your lore check checks out. It seems that vampires, for some reason, are slowed by any kind of attack with silver. They are mostly just staked through the heart, or the usual, like sun, garlic, usual stuff you're familiar with.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
All right.
so that seems to check out.
Good. Good to learn. Let's go to the butcher and get some steaks, and then go to the general store and get some steaks.
I don't think it's that kind of steak.
I know, I just wanted to get steaks too.
We should probably not ride steaks. I mean, that's just going to be really uncomfortable, don't you think?
That's true. Then horses.
Not to eat, right?
No. I mean,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
if
let's
you
get
have
horses.
to, I guess.
We need them to ride.
Ride now, eat later. If we need to.
Right? If we get stuck for a day or two, then we can eat the horses.
That's
It's
only
just-
if they're bad horses.
Is this looking at her two compatriots? Like, what conversation am I hearing?
And Echo just sort of like folds his hands in front of his chest and sort of like nods sagely.
Izzy's just
I'm-
packing, getting ready for a trip because she wants to earn a little coin, and she's real curious for an adventure. So she's putting the weird conversation about steaks to the side for right now.
That's fair. This probably is happening while packing. I would say I'd definitely be getting ready too, because yeah, it's been a while since Rusty has been to Dorahurst, as he calls it, Turnip Town. So he's excited to get back.
Okay.
I've never actually been to this place, but I do love me some turnips, so I'm pretty excited here.
Turnip is one of the best tubers around.
It's the only one that I can stand, actually.
Well, hopefully they grow more than just turnips and hopefully some garlic. If we do come across that vampire, I want to be prepared.
Okay. The guy sort of nods at you all and says, is there anything else you wish to know before I leave?
Oh, what was your buddy's name?
It's Wilfred Barsh.
Okay.
I must tell you now that Wilfred's a very proud man. He's very proud of his name. I have to tell you this after the last time I didn't inform one of the younger members of the guild who decided to refer to him as Willie, and Wilfred threw a knife at him.
Oh, I was going to go with Wilfred Barf. I guess that would be bad too.
I'm not sure. I think he would have heard you right. He's got a thicker accent than most.
I see.
From a long line of beast hunters, or?
Well, he's just very proud of his name. When he joined, he was one of the younger members of the sort of initial congregation, as it were, and now he's been here a while. He's risen to quite a high standard. His name feels like it means something when you say that Wilfred's out to kill your beast.
Okay.
I will respect that, Wilfred Barf.
So he stands up and says, if there is nothing else, I will take my leave.
We will as well.
Okay. He bows to you. He throws each of you your 50 gold in a small bag, and he takes his leave. You spend the rest of the night having a couple of drinks, and then the next morning you jump in a carriage, which sets off, and by the beginning of early evening, you find yourself going over the final hill and down into the small hamlet of Dorohursk. What you can see in front of you is 6 obvious locations. They are the castle. It's more of a keep than a castle. It looks like one massive wooden door with like metal studs all the way through it. It looks pretty secure and pretty solid. You see the blacksmith and stables, which is where you've just arrived on your journey. You see a man working away at an anvil to the side and a small stables. You see the town hall, which seems to be quite a nice looking building. It looks like some of the money that must have been there for the royal family looks like it's contributed towards the architecture. You see the inn, which again looks like one of the only other buildings that has got any kind of love paid to it. The rest of the buildings look quite ramshackle, held together with nails and boards and stuff, whereas these 2 buildings standing alone looking quite nice. You also see the town square, which has this massive fountain and a couple of small stalls. And finally, behind the inn and everything else, there is this huge graveyard with quite a large tree in the middle of it, overhanging, leading towards the village. For your first choice of locations, which is the early evening slot, you can go to the blacksmith stables, the town hall, or the inn. Where would you like to go?
So, we probably should look for rumors or what have you. The inn's probably a good place for that.
I'm thinking let's get settled in. Let's take care of our rooms and see what the local folks know.
I was thinking we might go to the town hall and just address the people who are probably writing for the help straightforward. They might be able to divulge some direct information that they don't know, but I'm on board for getting a drink too and having a good time.
To the inn?
Y'all want to do the inn?
To the inn we go.
So it's inn, final answer?
Yes.
Okay. You descend down the small hill towards the middle of the village, walk past the large fountain, and walk into the inn. As you walk into the inn, you see a couple of small tables seem to be taken up with regulars who just seem to be kind of keeping themselves to themselves. You see a man in some obvious finery sitting nervously looking at the barmaid while obviously drinking to himself, if you know what I mean, as if he's trying to give himself confidence to do something. And you see the barmaid, who looks about early 40s, quite a large sort of rosy cheeked looking woman, kind of rustic woman you'd expect to sort of be running an inn like this. What would you like to do?
I think Echo probably heads over to the guy who's kind of drinking by himself.
Yep, that's fine.
That's where my attention was drawn, so I'd probably join Echo.
I think Izzy need to approach the woman, the barmaid, and, start off asking for a drink, see what she knows.
Okay, so you walk up to the barmaid, who eyed you as soon as you walked in, and as you get close, she goes, "Hello there, love. What can I get you?"
Whatever's on tap would be great.
"Oh, that's fine then." And she fixes you quite a large mug of ale, puts it on the bar in front of you, and goes, "So where you been travelling from?"
Oh, just a short ways from here. First time in the town. Anything that we should know while we're here?
Are you moving to live here? I mean, we have been looking for more folk to move down here.
You never know.
Oh, that'll be nice. It'll be good to get a bit of diversity down here. Not got many of the sort of furry types.
I hear that a lot.
Oh, that's good, love. Who's your two friends then?
Yeah, we're traveling companions over there.
All right, are they
Waiting.
friends of his then? And she points to the man in finery who is feverishly it's like he's almost shotgunning beers as quickly as he can. He seems to get up and then sit straight back down and just drink more, as if he's desperately trying to get the confidence to do something.
No, I think they're just trying to be friendly people. That's what they do.
All right, well that's fine then. So what brings you to our small town?
Like I said, we're just kind of traveling through. We heard about, first of all, we heard your great turnips.
Oh,
And
we've got some
one of
brilliant
my
turnips,
friends
that's true that.
One of my friends there really loves turnips, so that's like the thing that he's so excited about.
Oh, I'll tell Astrid to make him a pot of turnip then.
Oh, you would totally make his day. He'd be so excited if you did that.
Okay.
But we also came through to investigate. We heard there were some interesting stories here.
Oh, what kind of stories you heard? I'm always interested to see what other people know of our little town.
Oh, about the family that used to live here.
Oh, the royal family, God rest their soul.
Yeah, I'm always interested in learning more about local history and.
Oh, it's not been the same since they died. It's been very quiet round here. You don't get many people anymore. Well, apart from to visit, you-know-who.
Who's who?
Oh, Wait, are you here to see her too? Because I think that gentleman is here to see her, and I don't want to mention her name in case he starts barking.
I don't know. I don't know the name.
At this point, the man in the finery stands up and goes, No, I can't let anyone else go first. I have to go first.
They're here to help you, friend. Why don't you just sit down for a sec?
He looks over to you and goes, What?
We know.
Who are you?
We know what's.
Are you
My
here to
name
see
is-
her too?
My name is Echo.
Right,
This
I'm
is
Rusty.
my friend Rusty.
right, Rusty and Echo, right, good. You come
who are you
to see
trying to
her
see?
too, yes?
We know who he's trying to see, right? Right, Rusty?
I mean, it was that bartendress, right?
What? Wait, have you seen her before?
Nah, I've seen a lot of people, man. You got to be a little bit more specific on who her is.
He just looks at the barmaid and goes, I have to know. And the barmaid just looks at him with a sort of look of pity in her eyes and goes, Alright, I'll call her. You better not chicken out this time though. No,
Don't worry, we'll be here, friend.
I'll do it this time. And he stands up and his legs are genuinely shaking under him. And she goes, Alright. Brumilda! And this massive, 8-foot tall Amazonian woman just walks through the door at the back.
Ooh.
Walks round the bar, looks at the barmaid. He's that one there, love. And he says he'll do it this time. It won't be like last time when he pissed himself on the floor and we had to mop it up. Yes, I have to know. And at this point, the barmaid goes, Right, well, you know her price. And he puts his shaking hand in a pocket, pulls a massive bag of gold, and just throws it onto the bar. The barmaid goes, That's a lot more gold than I expected. You better be nice to him for all this. And she picks him up, puts him over her shoulder, and just carries him up the stairs as you see the look in his face of just... It's somewhere between horror and relief.
That man's about to get snoo.
Hey,
It's marvelous.
And the barmaid just takes the bag, puts it under the bar, and you hear the sound of a safe slamming shut, and she goes, Well, it seems spring has come early for him. Now, what can I get you, loves?
Echo, I imagine you're gonna get some turnip soup.
I'm caught between really wanting turnips right now and figuring out whether or not that man. Okay.
I mean, if you're really curious, it might cost extra, but, you know.
I mean, could I go up those stairs? Would that be a problem?
Well, you can go up if you want, love. You won't get in her room, though. She bolts it.
Okay. Well, keep those turnips hot.
Oh, I'll get on to Astrid and get her to make you some soup. And she turns round and she seems to be talking to a sort of a youngish, like 19-year-old, 20-ish-year-old girl who seems to be sort of very sobbily telling her that she's made onion soup.
Yeah, I think Echo just kind of shuffles off upstairs to see what's happening.
Okay.
Rusty will eat the onion soup and pretend that it's turnip soup.
Okay. You get to the top of the stairs and you see one door in front of you. It must be the door she went through because you, again, just watched her from below. And there's a sound inside of, like, scraping.
Well, that is different. I try to listen really closely to see if I can make out what's happening.
You just hear the sound of, like, continual scraping, like, quite fast continual scraping.
Is the door locked?
Mm-hmm. There doesn't seem to be a keyhole or anything on the door. It seems to be the locks from the other side.
Oh, so there's, like, no doorknob or anything like that? Or is it just no key?
There's no doorknob or anything like that. It's just, like, it seems to be like a solid wooden door with, like, no way of opening it from this side.
Really exciting. He calls down the stairs. Friend, can you come up here for a sec?
Are you talking to me, love?
No, the one that looks like a cat.
Oh. Excuse me, miss. Your friend up there is looking for you.
Oh gosh. Okay, I make my way up.
I feel like we maybe know each other through the grapevine, so I'm going to be like, I think I know what's going on here, and I'm going to spend my time just talking to the bartendress, trying to keep her attention.
All right. So what are the two up the stairs doing?
So, I don't think what's happening in that room is what we think is happening in that room. But unfortunately, the only way I could open this door would involve blowing it up. And I would prefer not to do that, so I was hoping that maybe do something.
Okay. I take a look to see what I'm working with.
The door is like flush against the wall. From you sort of glancing over it, there doesn't seem to be enough space anywhere around to sort of hook under it and pull it open. It looks like it must only shut from the inside, and it sounds, when you try and like push at it, that there's like 2 or 3 bolts holding it very solidly in place.
It's a very strange door.
There's something exciting happening behind here, I suspect.
Well, I can try, but there's not much guarantee. This is pretty solid. I guess, I don't know, I'll try to open the door. I've got thieves' tools, but I don't know if I can do anything with them.
There's not really a lock that you can use them on.
Always blowing the door up. I mean, we could do that too.
Might have to, but is there another way? I think that might be something to answer first. Is there a window? Is causing major property damage, right after we arrive into the town?
Is there any, can we see anything?
You can go outside and have a look, see if there's a window if you want.
Excellent.
Yeah, Izzy will go do that, take a quick gander and see if there's any other options to get into this room.
Okay.
The Echo's just sitting by the door.
While you do that, the barmaid will talk to Rusty.
Mm-hmm.
So, love, what brings you to this town?
Well, we got word that a buddy of ours in this guild came this way. Man who goes by the name of Wilfred, a beast hunter. Have you heard of him?
Wilfred? No,
Yeah.
I ain't heard anyone called Wilfred, no. What's he look like?
Do I believe her at all?
You can do a awareness check if you want.
Perfect.
You sort of try and work out if she's lying to you, but when you look into her face, into her eyes, and you watch her body language, she's never heard of a Wilfred.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. He was supposed to come here and take care of an issue for you. You probably haven't heard of it, but, what's the weird thing going on in town right now?
Oh, the weird thing is there's that vampire up in that castle who's been touching horses.
Wait. I'm concerned with the latter half of that sentence, ma'am. What do you mean?
Well, you see, he was found the other night trying to touch one of Ferdinand's horses. We had to chase him away with a broom.
You chased a vampire away with a broom?
Well, no, Ferdinand did.
Oh, so who is Ferdinand? That
Ferdinand's
sounds like an important man to know. Good.
He was
How
trying
long
to
has he
touch
been
his
smithing
horse. Don't want people touching horses around here. It's quite a sort of lewd thing to do.
Agreed. I mean, let's cut it at just eating them, I guess, but...
You don't eat them. We kind of need them for, tending the crops and all that. Pull and plow.
Again, if it's a last-ditch effort, middle of the winter, no food.
Well, we've got turnips for that.
You can grow turnips in winter?
No, but we have got a big stockpile of them. They last all winter.
That's good. So, Ferdinand chased off a vampire with a bat, or with a broom.
Aye. Chased after him, said, "Get away from my horse." I mean, after the last few weeks, them horses have been even more worried. And then after the one we found dead a few weeks ago.
Was it drained of its blood? We heard about that.
Oh, aye, completely drained of all its blood, the poor thing. Well, nearly all of it. Ferdinand needed to hit it in the head with a shovel.
No people, though, yet?
No, he not had any people. No, he found some dogs and some goat, and then there was the horse. But we think that vampire's been touching them.
Now, okay, I'm really hooked on your phrasing for that. You keep saying touching them, and I don't think that's what you mean to say.
Well, he ain't biting them. Well, the last one wasn't biting them. He was sort of standing over it with his cloak round it, trying to unbutton his trousers.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you were saying, but you said
what...
that he drank the blood of them.
Well, aye, that's what we thought too. Them vampires are very weird.
Agreed. That's quite disturbing. Okay, well, I guess we should probably figure out how to stop this horse fucking vampire.
Aye. Well, there is that Bill character. He's trying to kill that vampire, but he's not very good at it.
You mean Bilfred?
Who's Bilfred?
I don't know. I figured you were just calling him Will because you knew him. Or Bill.
Oh, no, I don't know Bill, no. He was staying here about a month ago. Then we had a big fight because he wouldn't pay me for his lodging. And I kicked him out.
And what did this Bill character look like?
Oh, he was unclean sort. Straggly hair. Sort of growth on his face. Big black thing.
Interesting.
Bad temper.
Was his name actually Bill, or was Bill short?
I don't know.
Something?
I was told his name was Bill by the council.
Okay. That council, I imagine, meets at your pristine-looking town hall you got over there.
Oh, they
which
meet
is
over
very
there
nice
every
inn
day.
as well. They're there every day.
They're over
Morning,
there every
noon,
day,
night?
all three of them.
Well, who are those three people that work in the town hall that are on the council?
Oh, right. You first got Ernst. He's a lovely fella. Big guy,
Okay.
big man. Not much on the hair front, but a big moustache.
Oh, thank God.
And then you've
Okay.
got Uwe. Uwe's a lovely old man. He's been on the council all his life. Lovely fella. Comes in here often.
Okay.
And then you've got Jacob. After what happened to his mother, it was good of Uwe and Ernst to put him up and give him a job.
What happened to his mother?
Oh, we don't speak of her body anymore. After what happened to it? No, we don't speak ill of the dead. No. Whatever
Understood
practices
and
she was up
respected.
to, we don't talk about it. It's not polite to talk about a woman in that way.
Well, at least we know it's not trying to screw horses, because you already talked about that.
Oh, no. I don't think she was ever into horses. We did catch her with a lot of men in her time, but no horses.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with that. Do what you do, live your life to the fullest.
Oh, indeed. I mean, I used to be a working girl myself for many years.
That's fair, but you worked your way up. Now you're running this fine-looking establishment,
Well, I
and
sort of take over after me mom died.
It's good of you to carry on the family business. Family's important, and, keep the legacy going. This place is damn
Well,
fantastic.
Well, I would believe that, but my young'un, can't send her up there whoring. I mean, she cries all the time.
Yeah, that's...
Puts customers off, you see, when they get in there and, drop their clothes, and she cries at them. I mean, what are you gonna do?
No, I mean, yeah, I guess, some people are made for it and can do it. Some people can't, and if they can't, then,
Oh,
Don't make 'em
half
do
the
it,
things
but-
I used to do as a young girl, I mean, I don't think she could ever do. Poor lass.
Well, Well, I don't think it's something you'd want to, push too hard, I guess, especially if it's bad for business, so.
Well, I mean, I've had people asking about her, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, not after the last one. Last one went out with her, he just cried at him, the poor man. He came down broken.
I wonder if they feel a little emasculated because it's just not disappointing. I don't know.
Oh, she's over-emotional, you see. It's her father. He was very emotional sort, cried at everything. We had one of them plays come in and play in the town square, and he cried for a week about it. Very emotional man.
Oh, well. Yeah, sometimes, it's good to be in touch with your emotions, but, you got to be able to keep them in check, too. Just to be able to handle day-to-day business. But sometimes it's hard. You see something that just sets you off.
Oh, well, if I could cry at the number of them I've seen in my time. I mean, one or two of them, you look at that and you're like, Jesus hell, I ain't taking all that. And then you walk with a limp for 2 weeks, and then everyone looks at you weird, and then,
For God's sake.
Well, where's more of that ale coming from? Well, unless you got any kind of nice sparkly wines.
Oh, we've got them sparkly wines if you want. I mean, well, we've got one.
I'll take 3.
She sort of looks behind the bar and eventually finds a very dusty bottle of some sort of sparkling wine, hands it to you.
Perfect. I toss down a little coin. 1 gold.
So while you deal with that, we'll swap to Izzy and Echo. So Izzy goes outside and looks up. There does seem to be windows outside, but it seems to have quite big wooden shutters over the window.
Of course. So I'm going to try to get up there and see if I can at least hear something better, or if there's a way to get past the shutters.
Okay.
We have a climber's fit, so.
It would be rolling your balance to climb.
Let's see if I can do this.
You climb up the wall, you get just outside. You can't seem to find a way past the shutters, but again, when you put your ear right against it, you can hear the sound of something more distant, but again, that same scraping sound.
Scraping sound. Okay, darn it. I knew I should have brought my crowbar. Helped so much. You try to pack for a trip, and you always pack wrong. I mean, try to pry the shutters one last time, but don't really have, since I don't have my crowbar, I don't think it's going to go super well, but I'm going to try.
As you begin to spend time trying to pry the shutters open, you see the light inside extinguished, and Echo hears the door opening, and this massive woman carries this very slurring man down the stairs and sits him on the floor at the bottom of the stairs, and then seems to walk back out the back door and continue chopping wood.
I think Echo follows her.
Okay. And as you look at the man at the bottom of the stairs, he's just got this weird faraway look in his eyes, like he's seen something just out of this world.
I've seen things, man.
Yeah.
So is it a direct shot to the back, or do I pass the guy on my way there?
The guy is basically sat down on the floor at the bottom of the stairs, and she's continued to the sort of back room.
Yeah, I guess he ignores him and goes straight to the source, probably.
Okay. So you walk outside, there is this massive woman chopping wood. What do you want to do?
Miss, I'm sorry, but we weren't introduced earlier. My name is Echo. You have a moment?
And she looks at you and then sort of stops chopping her wood and just holds the axe and sort of tilts her head slightly.
Okay, let me try something different. If I were to give you 5 gold right now, would you tell me what just happened in there? I'm a very curious person.
She just shakes her head and goes back to chopping wood.
Oh, okay. Gosh. Do you have a name? Can we start there? I apologize offering you money. That was rude of me.
She just sort of occasionally stops and goes, and then just goes back to chopping wood.
Gosh. Is she human?
She looks humanish, like humanoid in structure, but she's about 8 foot tall.
Yeah, that's not normal.
She's about the size of a Goliath, but she's definitely human.
Echo kind of like slowly but surely kind of edges his way towards her. We're new to town, and you seem to be a very well-respected, sagely woman, and we had a few questions that perhaps you might be able to answer for us. So I was hoping that maybe I could ask you a few.
She stops chopping wood and looks at you and goes, sort of tilts her head again.
So can Echo tell that she speaks common or anything like that? Like, is it obvious to him that maybe she speaks a different
She's
language?
not said a single word since you've seen her.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. Have you lived in this town? Do you live here in the inn?
She just tilts her head again the other way and then just goes, shrugs, and then goes back to chopping wood.
And I guess, is there another axe around here?
Nope, it's just the one axe.
Oh gosh.
At this point, I'll just cut to the barkeep. Your little friend seems quite fascinated with Brumilda.
Yeah, he's he's just out there trying to live, doing his thing.
I appreciate, the conversation, but he does know she's a mute, right?
Ah, well,
She don't speak a word, never has since the whole time she's been here.
But, okay, well, that explains a lot, I guess. I think I can kind of hear him out there, trying to get along, but not going too well, is it? So
I don't know how much she genuinely understands, if I'm honest. She understands me, I know that. But, other people come in, they say things to her, she just sort of shrugs.
Huh.
I don't think she can comprehend a lot of things, but there's something weird about her. I mean, have you noticed how her clothes never change or get ruffled at all when she takes men upstairs? I mean, I was a working girl, I never noticed that in my time. Every time I went upstairs, I had to get new straps.
I mean, that hair did come out looking pretty dang good.
Oh, aye.
And
She don't get her hair out of place every time she taking anyone up the stair, apart from the ones that grab her hair, of course. Well,
I see. I think that's the real secret to want to learn.
Oh, aye, if I could look that good after going upstairs a few times tonight, I'd be a lot happier.
Well, you should figure out how to communicate and get the secrets. Pass it on to the others. Probably better for
She's only been here
business.
about 6 months, to be honest. But, the
Okay.
longer she's been here, the more we get business when these weird people from out of town come up, like him, and she points to the man on the ground. His eyes are like saucers.
How long has he been waiting?
Oh, he's just the one she brought down.
No, I mean, how long has he been waiting to do what he just did?
He arrived last night, and he came here and he asked about her, and she came through and he pissed himself, and then she was like, right, and then she sort of walked away again. I think it was because he stank like all hell. I had to get the mop out, and poor Astrid's crying all over the floor. And then, we sat there all day drinking, and then right now he's just been up and down again.
Well, best of luck to him in his life going forward. That story you were telling me about that vampire and the things tendencies. I think I'm gonna bring my friends in on that a little bit, and we might see if we can't get over to the town hall. I know it's pretty late, so we'll probably be staying the night, but when do they start business?
Oh, there's no one in the town hall this hour. You'd be best waiting in the morning. Ernst's usually in first thing.
Okay, what about that blacksmith, Ferdinand?
Ferdinand will be in a few hours, don't you worry about that. He comes in every night for a nightcap.
Perfect. Excellent. Well then, let me just communicate some of this very disturbing information to my cohorts. And, the guild said they were sending some money ahead to get some rooms procured. Should be under the name Christoph.
Oh, that's you lot, is it? Alright, that's fine then. Your rooms are up the stair.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and take them keys and distribute them to my friends.
Alright, you do that then.
Okay, and I'll take the keys. Take those keys, and I'll go outside and I'll look for Echo and Izzy and, gesture for them both to just be like, hey, I got some word on what we need to do next.
Oh, it's been very nice meeting you, ma'am. And hopefully we can talk again.
That's not going to be happening, champ. She's a mute. Just in case you didn't know.
That actually explains a lot.
Yeah, the bartendress seems to not even think that she can understand communication. I don't think she knows what she's saying, buddy.
Well, that's interesting. Gosh, I wonder what...
That's not actually the most interesting thing I learned. Believe it or not.
Well, let's go find our cat friend, and let's talk about it then.
Agreed. Izzy, where are you?
What? I'm up here.
Hey, come on down here.
Oh.
Jump down.
Anything. I wish I could do that.
What are you doing up there? Or what did you see?
Nothing. I couldn't get past the shutters. Those are as solidly closed as that door. And here,
Seems like you really got to pay to get the goods.
the strangest thing is, I don't know what was happening between the two individuals in that room, but it sure didn't sound like...
Yeah, it didn't sound like that at all. That's actually why I called you.
All I heard was scraping, kind of.
It's not
And
supposed to
that's it.
sound like that? Ugh.
I mean, I'm part demon, and no.
All right, then.
So I don't know what's going on in there, but I don't think it's what everybody thinks it is.
Yeah. Maybe we should talk to that guy. At least he can speak at the moment, or is willing to speak to. It's really hard to tell what's going on with her, but he seems to be the only source of information left to us.
Regarding this instance, yes, he's the dude to talk to for sure. But we're going to talk to one other person. I already got our keys for the rooms that we got locked down by Kristoff. We're good to go. Here's your key. Here's your key, as I dole them out. But there will be a gentleman coming in a little bit later by the name of Ferdinand. And he is the blacksmith. And apparently he chased away the vampire with his broom.
The broom.
Wait, what did he say?
His name's Ferdinand, is the blacksmith, and he's going to be in here.
Not that part.
What part?
What?
He chased away the vampire with his broom.
A vampire.
Oh, by the way, the vampire apparently was trying to sex the horse.
What?
Yeah, nah, that's what I said too.
How much have you been drinking, Rusty?
Not enough to come up with that story on my own, I tell you that much, sir.
Okay, so they're just like, oh, we have a vampire, and the vampire likes to...
Yes.
Okay.
And was chased away with the broom.
Yes, so maybe the vampire isn't the biggest problem here, considering if you can chase it away with a broom, it'd probably die pretty easy.
Why are we here?
I don't know, but apparently Wilfred never came through and never stayed at this place. There was some dude named Bill, which I don't think Wilfred would go by a fake name considering his honor and his name that he sees,
You might call him Bill.
but he wouldn't like that.
No, it doesn't stop other people from, being rude and calling him a name he doesn't like.
I
True.
was calling him Barf until a few seconds ago.
Yeah, but not to his face. Apparently he went by Bill. That was the name that he gave them.
Huh.
So, but I also found out that there are 3 people on the council at the town hall, which should be there in the morning. And that's Ernst, Uwe, and Jacob.
Are we sure the guild isn't playing a trick on us right now? Like,
That's a very good question.
someone's writing.
Playing a trick on the poor Bill.
Like, there's like a play being written about him. And so they need a little more excitement for the 3rd act. And so they send us in and we ask a bunch of questions. There's someone in there, like, writing all of the stupid stuff we say. Like, that could be happening right now, people.
It's true.
Get chased away with brooms and sexed horses. Like, this is not normal.
And, I don't really know what's normal for a vampire. Can't speak to it myself, but that just doesn't seem like something that should be a monster's MO.
Let's go see if we can talk to this most recent client.
Yes.
Because I have a feeling weird things in this town. So
Well, I asked the bartenders what the weirdest thing going on recently was, and that's when the whole, copulation with the equine came up.
but she may not know what's actually going on upstairs.
Ah, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, if there is some kind of weird rite happening upstairs and it like kill everyone in town, I'd like to figure that out before we sleep here.
So y'all are really concerned that the horse fucking is not the weirdest fucking going on in this town?
I'm
Well-
very concerned about that, actually.
There might be a pattern.
Okay.
And we're here to investigate something incredibly stupid right now, so maybe this is more interesting.
It didn't sound incredibly stupid, but, things change.
I'd like to know more about a place I'm going to stay.
Fair
Before-
point.
We're all agreed.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go talk to this man.
Okay. You walk over to him. He's literally sitting at the foot of the stairs. He's just like sitting with his back resting against the sort of bottom of the stairs, and his legs like straight out in front of him. His eyes are still wide like saucers.
Can I do anything like sense magic? Is that something I can do?
You can try, yes. It would be Arcana, probably. Nope. You can't sense any kind of spell over him or anything like that. He just seems to be dazed somehow.
He doesn't seem ensorcelled, so that's good.
You said he looked like a very well-to-do man, like, you know.
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of finery on him. He looks like he's from one of the rich quarters in the city you started in.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shake him out of whatever's going on and be like, good sir, you need to compose yourself. This is not how somebody of your stature would act after such a divine event. And can I roll like an etiquette check to check him on his etiquette?
Sure.
Sweet.
You poke him, you prod him, you slap him across the face. He does not react.
Hey,
At this point, the barmaid leans over and goes, "Oh, they get like that. Usually very common.
really?
We've got to sweep them outside, and they wake up in the water butt.
So you've seen this reaction before?
Oh yeah, every time Brumilda takes anyone up the stair, they come down looking like that."
So
And-
Echo kind of whispers, Izzy, rifle through his stuff. Perhaps we could find a clue there. I mean, for the sake of the investigation.
Just saying, so we could, get him back to where he belongs.
Yeah, that's obviously what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, see
Okay.
what he has to take because of the investigation.
Okay,
Air quotes.
so Izzy will try to figure out more about this person based on what she can find on him.
Okay, you go through his pockets, and you look at his wrists and fingers and everything. Like, you see that he has fair whack of jewellery. Quite a lot of it is relatively nice gold, silver, platinum kind of stuff. Reasonable finery. There's nothing much in his pockets, though he does have a couple of books about astronomy. Like very small books, in a bag next to him.
Nothing that indicates a name or anything, at least.
Nah, nothing indicates a name or anything like that. He looks like he's some sort of scholar.
Maybe make a lore check to see if anything in there might help me connect to where he came from. Or, I think Izzy's just intrigued that he heard about this woman and made a special trip here.
Okay. Do a lore check then.
The old bard tale
Natural
of
20.
Brunhilde.
You look through the books, you recognise a lot of the books as being part of the astronomy guild in the city. From the quality of the books and the sort of state they are in, they look very well looked after. You must be at least semi-high up in that guild.
So, yeah, I relay this to the group. I think it may be just anyway to make sure he's well taken care of and then see how he's doing in the morning. Maybe we can talk to him and get more information. I'm intrigued that he knew to come here and go see her, which means the reputation is spreading far and wide. If he can recover to the point that we can have a conversation with him about what happened, that might be helpful. There's nothing in here with a name.
Oh, we tried. Over to the bar mistress and says, "Does this man have a room, or is he just gonna..."
Well, usually when they come down, they don't stay overnight. They usually come down, have a good time with Brumilda, and then the next day they're gone.
How much is a room for the night?
Oh, the only one we've got left is the one at the end, which is 10 gold a night.
I figured you'd say something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for that guy. Just give him somewhere warm
Alright,
to sleep.
No problem. So she takes 10 gold off you, hands you another small key.
Right, does anyone
Let's-
want to help me drag this guy?
Yeah, I guess I'll give you a hand.
When you pick him up, he's completely limp.
This is not right. This is definitely not right.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this, guys.
To bed
Well-
and see what else we can figure out.
Well, I'm not quite ready to go to bed yet. I'm waiting for that Ferdinand feller to come in here and get him a talking to about this vampire.
As you take this guy up to the bedroom, we'll go to the second time slot, which is the night time. So your choices are to stay in the inn, to go to the castle, or to go to the graveyard.
Stay in the inn. I'd like to talk to Ferdinand about that whole vampire incident that he witnessed.
Dusty's pretty excited about talking to the blacksmith. I'm willing to go along.
I'm willing to go with that too. Plus, there might be another opportunity to try to sneak into that room.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you stay in the inn, and not much happens. After about half an hour, a couple of people leave the inn, a couple more arrive. You notice a man who looks quite obviously like the sort of town blacksmith sitting drinking with a man in sort of muddy clothing, who seems to have a small bowl full of cress in front of him, and he seems to be contentedly chewing away at it. As far as anyone else in the bar goes, just the two of them that have came in, and you hear them muttering about someone called Bill.
I'm gonna get some drinks from the bartendress and head over there, plant them down. Said, gentlemen, how are y'all doing tonight? Sir, you look like one to tend to forage. How'd it treat you today?
The man in the muddy clothes just looks up at you and goes, "Yep, I grew it myself."
Yeah, I'm shying away. I imagine he has a beard.
No, he looks a bit in his 50s. He doesn't have a beard, but he has that kind of light stubble across his entire face.
Oh, good. That's not too
You
bad.
grew your forge. Is that what you're saying? What are you talking?
Yeah, I grew it all myself in the graveyard.
Right, Rusty.
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know. I don't know what these people are talking about anymore.
I mean, I'm not really sure what he's saying either. Sir, are you Ferdinand?
He's Ferdinand. And he points
Yeah,
to
that's
the
who I
sort of
wanna
other
talk
man,
to.
and the other man goes, "Oh, I am Ferdinand. What are you after?"
Well, I heard an interesting story about one of your horses and one of,
Oh, the one that
fiends of the
died?
night.
Oh, that was a horrible thing that it died. I mean, I'd hit it with a shovel. Bled out with a throat as well, poor thing.
Well, I'm more concerned. It's rumored that you chased away a vampire with a broom.
A what? Oh, you chased away that bloody vampire with a broom, yeah?
Yeah. What did that vampire look like?
Oh, scrawny, thin, sort of long, straggly white hair. Quite skittish. Really red eyes.
Okay, so where did it run off to?
Oh, it ran back to that castle.
Vampire in a castle. All right. So, was it wearing nice-looking clothes? Did it look
Had
like?
a long cloak on, and it was sort of wrapped around the horse's head, and it was trying to hold it, because he tied its head to the post, you see, so it couldn't move its head up and buck at him.
Right. Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
And he had
Yeah.
his cloak round it, and he was going down, and he started, I think he was unbuttoning himself, because when we startled him with a broom, the first thing he did was, like, frantically try and pull his trousers up.
Oh dear God. Well, sounds like a terrible thing, a plague upon your town that needs to be
That
resolved. Now,
vampire's been a problem for long enough, aye, but that bastard Bill's not doing his job.
and who is Bill?
Bill's that bloody vampire hunter they got in.
And where is Bill?
Well, right now, he'll be up his bloody tree. That bloody bird bastard.
Okay. Are you speaking in metaphors?
No, he'll be actually up a tree in the graveyard. He sits there all night, watching that castle. I mean, every morning he goes to some field to sleep, which I've never seen. Then every afternoon he comes to shout at me that I can't do enough weapon craft for him. And I keep telling him, Bill, I'm not a weapon crafter. I'm a fucking farmer. All I do is make tools. And he's like, no, you must make me these arrows or bolts. And I'm like, Bill, I can't make bolts. And he goes, and he gets angry that like everyone calls him Bill and shouts at the children for singing a song about him. And no one's forgiven him for shooting Mr. Goggins.
Wait, what?
Sounds like Bill shot a man named Mr. Goggins.
Aye, he shot Mr. Goggins.
And who is Mr. Goggins to this fair city?
Well, he was the teacher's husband.
Oh.
You see,
You're
Bill
not
had been
actu-
quite nasty to Mrs. Goggins. And so Mr. Goggins took it upon himself to yell, I want a duel with you, Bill. And Bill said, I don't think you want to do that, Mr. Goggins. And Mr. Goggins said, I bloody do, you bastard. Then Bill shot him in the face.
And wait, so Mr. Goggins is now dead.
Oh, he's been dead about 2 weeks.
You're also not actually a blacksmith, is what you're saying.
Well, no, I am a blacksmith. I make tools. I make all these plowing materials and everything for digging up turnips.
Yeah, okay. We can move on to the murder now.
What, you mean the horse? That was a horrible thing. Big bloody hole in his neck.
Oh, Mr. Goggins is a horse.
Oh, Mr. Goggins. No, Mr. Goggins was shot by a crossbow.
How many dead creatures?
Creatures, we've had many. I mean, I'm the one that found a lot of the animals. They were all lying discarded up the hill next to that castle.
So we have a bunch of dead animals that were killed by a vampire.
So what was the last time you saw Bill?
Oh,
It's
he was
every
in my
day?
shop about an hour ago, yelling at me.
And where is this tree?
It's in the graveyard. He's there every night. And every afternoon he comes to yell at me in my shop. Bastard. No wonder the children sing songs about him.
What do they say?
About,
Well, you
yeah.
know, since Mr. Goggins died, his wife being the teacher and all that, taught the children a song about Bill being a bird. Bill didn't like this. He's been a bit angry. Well, he's always angry, but he's been angrier ever since.
Being a bird.
Well, he's up that tree every night. What are the children going to think of him?
I bet. Yeah.
Hey, I know
Okay.
whatever answer you give me is going to be really strange, but given the state of this vampire, why don't you just kill him or it or whatever?
Oh, we've been told not to. Jacob told us we're not allowed to kill the vampire, we have to let Bill do it. Something about saving her eternal soul or something.
Jacob?
Oh, the councilman.
Wait, saving whose eternal soul?
Oh, he said something about Bill's got religious something or other, which means he can kill people and he don't go to hell.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if me or you did it, apparently we'd burn forever in some fire.
So
First
some
I've
kind of
heard of it.
divine diplomatic immunity?
Well, something like that. That's a very big word, but something like that Jacob used, aye.
Okay.
Actually, a little demon myself.
Alright. Do I need to be concerned about you, mister?
Actually, this is a really existential kind of question here. Anyway, moving on.
Alright, I see. Alright.
Okay. Well, at least we know Bill is still alive. Good.
You a friend of
good.
Bill then?
We're concerned about him.
Well, he's been very grumpy the last few weeks. He's been getting angrier and angrier. You hear him shouting all the time. Shouting here, shouting there. Then he punched Ernst's wife. Ernst never forgive it since that.
Punched someone's wife along with shooting.
Oh, aye. According to Ernst admittedly is a man that will, you know, bend the truth a little bit sometimes when he wants to get his way, but usually he's quite honest. Ernst said that all his wife did was say, "Good morning, Bill," and Bill punched her in the face.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Yeah, you were right about that one.
But it
Good
sounds
job.
like this Wilfred guy's a dick.
Why are we helping him?
I don't know, we're helping the guild. That's what we're helping, you know. We know he's here. I mean, honestly, it sounds like it'd really piss him off if we wound up killing that vampire before he did. And then maybe we'll get the payment from the city council. We could talk to him about it and say we're backups because Bill isn't doing it in a timely manner. But what if we play into the whole Bill thing? Say, yeah, we call him that back at the guild too.
I know, this is a great idea. I feel like Bill is not someone we should be helping. Bunch of gold by killing this vampire, which feels like it would be really easy to kill.
Yes.
So, is there any downside here?
Well, this plan, but I'm curious about something. Legendary beast hunter, and this vampire is so easy to kill. Why hasn't he killed it yet?
Exactly.
Well, if you ask
Maybe-
me, it's because he keeps complaining about us being nice to him.
Because you're
Why?
nice to the vampire, or you're nice to Bill.
Well, we were nice to Bill for a long time, but this last few weeks, you know, the village is getting annoyed with him. Well, after Mr. Goggins got shot. And every
Understandable.
morning we used to greet him with a smiley happy hello, and he seemed to get more and more annoyed.
Just the question. Do you know anyone named Wilfred?
Who's that then?
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand what's happening here. Yeah,
Okay.
just every morning, just make sure and call Wilfred Bill. Call Bill.
Right,
I'm
well,
sorry.
you
I'm
know,
sorry,
the
that was
last one that
confusing.
did, he punched him in the face, but, you know, if you
Well-
think it's for the best.
From a safe distance, like don't get within crossbow range when you do it, or at least
Right,
run.
well, you know, he says he's good with that crossbow. Ain't hit that bloody vampire yet.
Said he asked for special bolts.
Oh, aye, with like silver on the end. I keep telling him, Bill, I can't work with silver. I ain't used to it. I build, you know, farming tools. I don't build weapons. But every time I tell him that, he just gets angry and tells me I need to do it anyway.
Well, have you even tried?
Well, I did try, and then he told me they were overbalanced. They
Well,
blamed me for not hitting his target.
I've done some smithing in my days. Perhaps I could give it a try or give you a hand tomorrow at some point.
Oh, that'd be
'Cause,
fine. You come down me shop and we'll do it tomorrow.
I don't know what our plan is in the morning, gang, but, we could either do that or we could check out maybe the people at the town hall and let them know how Bill isn't doing as good as we thought he would do and we're the replacement crew and that we're to be paid.
Well, if you want to meet all the council, I'm not sure when they'll be in tomorrow. I know Ernst is always in early because he don't sleep very well anymore after his wife got punched. But and Jacob, they don't usually come in till the afternoon.
Okay.
This is the morning, and Bill would be sleeping in the field. Is that what you said?
Oh,
In the
why, he
graveyard.
sleeps in some field, we ain't seen where. He used to stay in the inn, and then he had a big fight with Zartarosa.
This is a strange place you have here. I mean, we appreciate you.
It's a lovely small village. The only problem we have is Bastard Bill.
Oh, we're gonna maybe get rid of him, I think.
Wait, so Bill is more of a problem than the vampire at this point?
Well, you see, the problem is the vampire kept killing all the animals.
But not
Then we
people.
got Bill, and Bill's just sort of sitting in that tree every night and shouting at everyone. So, I'm sure he's helping, but we'd rather he just killed the vampire and left.
I understand this. That makes sense. Okay. Help with both problems.
Yep. They did pick the right team.
Do you have any of that silver laying around that maybe we could take off your hands?
Well, I don't really have any here. I've got a little bit left in the shop, but I did use all I had to try and make, Bill's arrows, and he got very angry at them.
Do you have those arrows that he didn't want?
Not really, he took them anyway. I mean, you could probably pry one out of the castle. I mean, if you look just above the door of the castle, you'll see two of them there. I know that by the fletching on them.
It's actually incredibly helpful, thank you.
Yes. Duly noted. Do you have anything else that we want to do tonight, or...
Nothing.
Is there anyone else here?
Nothing for Rusty.
Okay, if you...
I'm pretty good.
Izzy's just going to take one last look to see if there's a way to, I don't know, if perchance that door is open.
Yep, the door
Or-
upstairs is open, yep.
Oh yes. Want to take a peek in that room and see if there's any evidence of what was scraping or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely is gonna follow along for that.
You get to the top of the stairs, the door is just completely open. There's two quite large deadbolts on the inside of the door and a door handle on the inside. You notice in the middle of the room is a very small single bed that looks like it would just about fit the very tall girl. In the middle of the room there is a small stool, and the wall next to you there seems to be a blackboard that's been wiped clean.
This is strange.
Yeah.
Do you think you could disable the locks in this room so maybe they don't work anymore?
Don't know. I can try.
Well, how would you disable a deadbolt?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea. Unscrew it from the door.
I mean, it would be pretty obvious that it's broken. That would be the problem. Yeah, I don't know. But you're a person who's good at magic, right? Is there anything magical in here that maybe I just can't see?
You can do an Arcana check if you want.
Yeah, that's a great question. Let's go for it.
While one of you keeps watch, the rest of you basically turn over the room as tidily as you possibly can to avoid suspicion. There is nothing magical here.
There's nothing magical here?
Nothing magical here.
And there's nothing here. That's incredibly surprising to me.
You look literally under the bed and all the sort of cupboards, drawers that are around. There's one set of clothes and that's it. And there's no magical items at all.
Okay. Suggest that we get out of here before anybody finds us. I don't know how to explain it. I'm working on a theory. I might be wrong. We'll see what we find out in the morning.
Okay. As you all adjourn to your rooms for the night, the next morning, the time slots you can go to for the morning is the castle, the blacksmith stables, the town hall, stay at the inn, or the town square.
Well, I know you said you wanted to help the blacksmith, but maybe that's not the best use of our time right now.
That's fair. His equipment might be lacking, and therefore it might not be a point to doing it, especially if there's 2 already made and we can just get those. Might work
Right.
well. So do we want to see who's at the town hall? Is that where we're going?
Either that or the castle. We probably should check that out at some point too.
I'm good with either of those.
Castle might not be a bad deal considering it's morning light, and I think vampires are more creatures of the night, right?
Yeah, I just feel like everyone we talk to in this town is just confusing. So maybe we should look for ourselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do it. Castle ho.
Okay, castle.
There might be something nice to steal.
So
I'm ready
you
to play the
journey
game
out of the inn and you move through the relatively busy-ish town square, and you walk up the hill past the stables to the castle. As you approach the castle, you see that there's like hundreds and hundreds of... It starts off as crucifixes, but then becomes literally any religious symbol you could possibly think about, like staked in the ground outside the castle. As you walk your way up, you sort of wind your way through these, and you realise that there is a couple of paths that people seem to have taken to come there and back again to the castle through these hundreds and hundreds of religious symbols. Just outside the castle door itself, you notice 2 enormous buckets. They're about 70 litre, which is about 15 gallon buckets, I think it is.
Ooh, okay.
I'll work out my calculations alright. So there's these 2 massive like metal buckets. At the bottom of each there's a thick layer of dried blood. As you approach the castle door itself, you notice that there are marks on the castle door. It looks like there has been hundreds and hundreds of attempts to break into this castle. There's like sword marks, axe marks, arrows in it, the whole shebang. It looks like it's withstood pretty much an army. And in the wall next to the door, and literally just on the sort of higher points of the door, are these 2 or 3 arrows that are like sunk really deep into the door. What do you want to do?
You should probably get those arrows.
I was thinking those must be the ones that we've heard about, so start there.
Sounds good.
Okay, can everyone do me an awareness check while you do this, please?
I'm clearly not a very aware thief right now.
It's not the
You're just getting ready for that climb.
I'm just looking at silver.
bad.
Hey,
All of you hear muttering from inside the door.
should we say something to them? Whoever they are?
To really consider stealing if they were meant to kill the people inside.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Izzy, do you think you can climb up there quietly, not to bring the attention of whoever might be on the other side of this door?
I can certainly try.
Okay, roll your balance to climb.
All right.
You climb up relatively easily. You sort of wiggle the arrows and pull them out. So you've got 2 arrows with what definitely look like not the best silver tips on them. And as you pull the one out the door and climb back down, you hear the sounds inside of
Somebody about to sneeze?
Sounds like someone who's more afraid. We knock on this door, like, that might sound crazy, but maybe we should just knock.
I mean, it is like the polite thing to do.
Let's try it.
Situation
knocking on the door.
I guess I will, sure.
Okay, you don't need to roll for it, I just need to know who it is. Are you knocking like lightly? Are you knocking politely? Are you knocking heavily?
Politely as he can.
Shaving a haircut. Let them know we're cool, man.
You knock on the door. From the other side you hear, ah! No, 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 you can't get me. You can't get me. I'm safe behind the door. You can't get me. You can't get me. Shut up!
We're not trying to get you. Not right now, at least, so. You don't have to open the door.
It's the Batman. The Batman has come to get me. The Batman. He won't get me. He won't get me. No, 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 no.
Is the bad man Bill?
At this point, you just hear the sound of someone like properly listening to the door, like he's trying to work out who you are.
We're just really trying to understand what's happening in this village. I mean, seeing you're the person that they're calling, unquote, vampire. Is that right? Okay,
On the other side of the door, you hear a, shut up! Shut up! I'm going to talk to them! Shut up! Hi there. I'm not a vampire. No, 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 no. Despite what you hear, I'm not a vampire. I just need the blood. Can you find me some blood, please?
I mean, I totally believe you're not a vampire, but you're gonna have to explain why we're collecting blood for you. Anyone else agree?
I just need the blood to stop the dreams.
Oh, elaborate.
Once I have the blood, the bad dreams will stop, and we can all go back to sleep.
Right.
Does this ring any bells for Izzy in terms of lore? Like, I don't know, like, could they be vampires and not realize they're vampires? Like, are they dreaming about what they're doing?
There's not really anything you've heard about vampires and dreaming about blood.
Can you tell us more about your dreams? Maybe that would help us understand.
It's the big one with all the eyes. He waits. He waits. I just need the blood, and he'll go back to sleep, and he won't come, and we'll all be safe again. Yes. Oh, shut up! I'm talking to them. Yes. Just fetch me the blood. I just need a little blood. Just a bucket or two.
Blood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the other two members of my team and I'm gonna give them a big okay sign and a wink and just be like, wait, well, we actually have too much blood for your buckets out here already. So if you open the door, we'll have all the blood you could need for the rest of your life.
Really? You have the blood?
Yes, we rolled it up in a carriage. You can hear it coming. You can kind of hear the yeah. See, there it is again.
Carriage of blood.
Whole carriage full of it.
What?
You open up the doors and it'll be yours.
My prayers have been answered. Just fill the 2 buckets there. Yes. Fill the buckets there.
Shit, we don't actually have that much blood.
He can't. Someone took the buckets.
What do you mean they took the buckets?
Yeah, the buckets are gone.
There are no buckets here.
You hear a sort of very frantic sound behind the door, and then you hear the sound of someone running down a corridor, away from you.
Oh, that's not great. Are we gonna I don't actually feel good about killing this person anymore. I don't feel good about it at all, really.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know what's going on.
Sounds like the vampire has a helper. So
There may still be a vampire. There may be something more behind this. I still think we need more information because gathering copious amounts of blood from the townsfolk, that's not good.
That is a true statement. We should probably actually steal these buckets. He doesn't come out here and think we're lying to him, which we were, I guess.
I'm gonna put a wild one out there, softballing it. What if we make an agreement where the vampire gets the blood of the townspeople, but the vampire will also protect the townspeople from any potential dangers in the future?
Probably. I mean, I don't know if we can make a deal for the whole town, but I don't know, maybe.
Well, if we got Ernst, Uwe, and Jacob on our side with that kind of thinking, it's a possibility, but I understand that's a wild and out there one.
I don't know about that. I think we also have the question of Bill.
Screw Bill. I'm over him.
Yeah, but I think Bill's going to do whatever Bill's going to do, so we need to figure that out.
That's true. Bill has actually shot someone in the face recently.
Yeah. So
he can't even shoot what he's here to kill, so what's the point?
Well, he may stick around as long as he feels like he has a calling. So, I feel like we still have answers we need to gather before we come to any sort of decisions. Get out there too.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with everything everyone is saying.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take these buckets if no one else minds.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. Let me grab one of them guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and
as you pick up the buckets, you hear the sound of someone clumsily running back towards you. Then you see a small flap in the door, hurriedly open a bucket, get thrown out, and the hatch slams shut again. And then you hear the sound of 4 bolts going back across. There, a new bucket. It's the last one I have. Please, fill it now. The dreams will go away, and everyone will be happy. And I can sleep. Shut up, I'm doing it! Everyone can sleep, it's okay. It's okay, Brian. It's okay.
Brian,
okay.
So the bucket that's been tossed out to you is another metal bucket. It has a layer of dried blood at the bottom and has a sort of slight trickle of very, very, very recently dried blood all the way to the top.
Idea.
Did the name Brian ring any bells?
Nope.
So
Steve, what have you got?
So, okay, sometimes, with metal, there's a lot of rusting that can happen, and that rust, if it gets in the water, it can turn the water kind of a murky, almost brackishy blood kind of color. What if we trick them?
Could probably do that. Yeah, maybe I can put like a glamour or something over it to make it blood-like. Maybe that'd help too.
That's even better. But, what do we want to do next, though? I mean, these are all options just in the air.
He's gonna be really mad if we just leave, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could just say, yeah, we'll be back with it.
We could do that. We could come back with buckets full of something. That might make him happy, or... Yeah, that's probably what we've got right now. Unless anyone else has an idea.
how big was that? The flap that...
It looks like probably about maybe a meter tall by maybe
Wow.
about 70 centimeters wide. So it's basically big enough that you can fit this entire bucket through. It looks like a sort of smaller door within the bigger door, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to put eyes on this and see what we're dealing with. Part of me wants to try to get in here. And if the scraping sound that we heard in that room was a bucket full of blood that may have been drained from that gentleman.
That is actually almost certainly true.
Dear God, Izzy.
This is why you're the thief. You know about
Well,
stealing
yeah.
blood.
No, I just know about stealing stuff, and people who are sneaky is shit. So, based on the kinds of symptoms that he had and the scraping sounds and things like that, I think it's quite cool that they do have a helper, and I think that she might be it.
Oh, that changes a lot.
And I might be wrong, but
We really don't want to go accuse people of being blood thieves unless we have some more solid evidence, but I'm liking where you're going with this.
just, thinking the box here.
You can ask him.
Yeah, I mean, see, we have an advantage with him because we put him back in a room and gave him a place to stay. All of the other clients went off on their own. They just disappeared the next day. So we don't know how they felt. We don't know what became of them, but we gave him a room so we can go and talk to him.
Yes, this is all a good idea. So let's figure out what we need to do with the buckets, and then we can move from there.
We could hide them. We can put them anywhere. We could say we're going to go fill them and not fill them. You could put some glamour on it to make it look like it's filled with blood and leave one out here in the meantime.
Now, let's try that. Let's try that last one. This feels like something will happen if we do it.
I like it.
Yeah, can I just make it look like there's 2 or 3 in this case? Actually, only 1 because we said the other ones were gone.
I've got an extra bucket if we want to give 4.
We pretend like we filled it with blood using magic. Is that something I can do?
You can, yes. So what are you going to do with the bucket? You're just going to tell him that there's a full bucket of blood out here for him.
Is there a water source nearby?
Nearest one would probably be the fountain in the town square.
Oh, that's too much. What's beneath our feet? Is it like mud or is it dirt? Like, what have we got here?
It's kind of muddy gravel, really.
Oh, okay. We can fill the buckets partially with that, and I can magic it up to make it seem like blood, at least for someone who's just looking at it. I don't know what he needs it for.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Let's go for it then. Is that like an arcana or an intelligence roll?
Let's go with Arcana.
Oh, work this time.
Natural 1. You go, it's magical, and you hear a little flap open and a very bloodshot eye looks out and goes, that's gravel. You lied to me. And the flap goes, and you just hear there's a sort of howling crying from the other side of the door.
Oh, goodness.
It worked very poorly. I apologize to everyone.
You can't win them all, champ.
Okay, change of plans. All right.
We just break this door down. No? Too far? All right, I'll dial it back.
We don't know what's actually in there. He's seems to be talking to someone who maybe is much more dangerous than he is. I mean, we could fight him. We could. The answers we're looking for. At least not right now.
True.
So, tactical retreat for the time being with, say, Bill, and then go in together?
I guess that's what we've got.
Yeah. Bill just sounds like such a dick to work with.
Does sound horrible.
But if it's what we gotta do, it's what we gotta do.
He's also been studying this place for weeks.
True. You're right.
And if I'm going to go break into a place, I'd at least like to have information, and he's got information.
Okay. Your choice for the next time slot is the castle, the blacksmith stables, the town hall, and the inn.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's afternoon.
Afternoon.
Bill goes every afternoon to harass a certain someone.
Yeah, the blacksmith.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then we should go to the stables then.
Let's do it.
And we have the 2 arrows.
Yes, we
So-
do.
Okay.
And I'll definitely try to do something with those when we get there.
So blacksmith, final answer?
Yes.
Okay. You hear the sound of sobbing from the other side of the door as you leave. It's very, very loud. As you walk up towards the blacksmith, you see a man in a sort of very filthy looking long leather coat standing yelling at the blacksmith going, "How many times do I have to tell you people? For God's sake!" So, what do you want to do? Do you want to listen to the conversation? Do you want to intervene now? What do you want to do?
Yeah. We can listen for a second before.
Oh, I'm down to listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear him go, It's not really my fault, Bill. You know, I'm just... My name is not Bill! How many times do I have to tell you stupid villagers? My name is not Bill! Well, Bill, oh, sorry. Well, it's not my fault, you see. You know, I'm just a simple blacksmith. I don't make arrows. I have asked you time and time again. Just make the simplest of arrows. They don't need to be complicated, just simple. And yet, you make me this trash. Well, you see, it's the best I can do, you see. It's not really my fault. God in the himmel. Look, the first time I asked you, can you make arrows? You told me in smiling confidence you could make arrows. Then you charged me all my fucking gold. Now you tell me, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make them. You took my money. You are making me my fucking arrows. Do you wish to intervene? Do you wish to keep listening?
I think Izzy's going to walk in and say, I'm going to try to get his name right. Is it actually Wilfred?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's going to walk in and be like, I'm sorry.
What? He sort of looks you up and down and goes, who are you?
I've heard of you. Your fame precedes you.
Sure. Who are you?
My name is Izzy. These are my friends.
Howdy.
Good for you. You wanting more shoddy work from this lunatic?
Actually, the guild sent us to see how things were going and make sure that you were okay.
What? You mean they actually sent people? You mean Christoph, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
These people. I just want to be back home. I'm sick of these people. I'm sick of these bastards who keep overcharging me and then just... Not my fault, Bill. Shut up! I'm not part of this. So he turns to the rest of you and goes, so, what did he tell you?
Well, we understand you're here to fight a vampire.
I'm here to kill the vampire, yes.
So we would love to talk to you about that because we just had the weirdest interaction at that castle.
Vampires are tricky folk, I guess.
This one didn't seem tricky. That's not the word I would use to describe him. Have you actually come in contact with this vampire previously?
I have seen him enough. Whenever I got near him, he squeaked and ran away.
something about needing blood to stop the dreams.
Just vampires. They just need the blood.
Right, but does it seem weird to you that this vampire seems both harmless and crazy at the same time?
I don't know anymore. I'm just being paid to kill it. I don't care.
That feels right. I can actually really respect that about you.
At this point, the blacksmith winks at you and goes, "So, Bill," and he goes, "I'm going to kill him.
Probably don't want to do that,
I'm going to
actually.
kill him." And the blacksmith seems to be thinking you're in on some big joke, and he seems to sort of like be giggling to himself. And you watch Wilfred get angrier and angrier.
Yeah, Wilfred, you might want to just cool it real quick. You know what, I think I was talking to Ferdinand here, and I told him I might be able to give him a hand with some of that silver dipping blacksmithing goodness that you're looking for.
You've trained long enough to hold the hammer in one hand. You don't need mommy to hold it for you. And Ferdinand just gives him a look of, it was only once I asked someone else for help, Bill. Shut up. I don't talk to you anymore.
Now, to be fair to Ferdinand, Wilfred, and he did not ask, I offered out of the necessity of what we were sent here for.
Good. I'm glad Christoph got my back for once.
I think he got a pretty decent team together. So let me just go ahead and take what we got here and see if we can improve upon the weapons that Ferdinand has given his best efforts at, I'm sure.
You'll hand over the arrows with the silver.
So,
Excellent, I will take those.
Wilfred moves to one side as you sort of move around and start crafting. Roll smithing.
All right. Damn it. 9.
You make just slightly better than what Ferdinand made on his own. And as you make them, you hear Ferdinand go, "That's what I did. Is that how you do it? I didn't know I was doing it right."
Yeah, well, you know, kind of getting it here, kind of getting it there a little bit.
At this point, you just notice Wilfred just watching you with this look in his face like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Just a big old grin, smiling at him as I'm hammering away, not even looking, which is probably why it's not turning out too good.
I can't help with smithing. I can only help with tinkering.
If only I'd put more into. Actually, with a roll like that, it wouldn't have mattered. One or two more points wouldn't have been too much of a difference.
Echoes actually looks a little like is taking a few steps back away from the forge. Like once he starts smithing, he's not particularly.
Yeah, and I would say that Rusty probably does not abide by like show rules and regulations when it comes to it. He's probably forgetting to put on an apron and all this stuff. Of course, he's wearing chainmail, so.
At this point, you just hear Wilfred go, "God in Himmel, Christa, what have you burdened me with now?"
Hey, Wilfred, I hear you, man. I'm trying my best over here, and like, this isn't even what I do. I do the big chop, slice, and dice with my halberd over here. So, you know, like, wait until you get to see some of that, because that's.
Look,
God,
just,
I hope things treat me kind.
I know you are trying to help. Just, I'm done with you people. And he turns around and he goes, "I'm going to kill the vampire tonight, or myself in the morning." And he just walks away looking about as depressed as you can possibly get.
I think they try to follow and try to just get more information out of him.
Okay. what do you
Yeah,
want
I
to
would
ask him?
follow him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything to get out of the forge.
Yeah, like, first of all, I don't want any of my exposed fur to get singed, so.
Fair. How many silver arrows do we have?
You basically reforged 2 of them, so let's say 3 you've got, and they're no better than the ones he had before.
Perfect. The more, the merrier, though.
He just takes them off you and he just looks at them and goes, "Please don't tell me you want me to pay for these.
Listen,
They are awful."
I'm getting paid by the guild, and like that was, you know, kind of gets part and parcel to my hiring.
I see. Well, I'm glad Christoph sent me the best, I guess.
Oh.
He just looks just really downtrodden and just had enough.
Successfully, Christoph didn't intend to send blacksmiths. Because we have other.
What did he send this time?
You mean this time he sent other people before?
Only once on a job a few years ago. He sent me a clown. I punched it. It went home.
Well,
Like an actual clown. Are we speaking in metaphor?
Something with bells on its head. I think it just was sort of joke, but that job was far more entertaining than this one. I can't take these villagers anymore. They are slowly getting to me. At first it was fine, I just came here, I stayed at the inn and everything was fine, and then one of them told me that the innkeeper wanted to speak to me, and then it was, where's your payment? And I said, the town council are paying, and then they went, no, I've spoke to Ernst, and Ernst says we're not paying for you. And then I was like, it wasn't Ernst, it was Jacob, and they went, no, Ernst is senior, so we're not paying your room, you got to pay us money for room. I told them to shove it up their arse. They kicked me out, they took my watch. Been living in a field for the past month with these pigs and their bastarding singing. For every goddamn morning the songs. Drive anyone to drink.
Well, listen here, Wilfred. I'm going to cut to the chase, and probably what's first and foremost on my compatriots' minds. You said you stayed at that inn, so what do you know about Brunhilde?
Who?
Brunhilde.
Old woman.
Oh, the big serving girl. Men came in, she took them upstairs. I assume they fucked like rabbit. They left looking happy, I guess. I didn't care.
Fair enough.
I miss my wife.
You're not a very curious person, are you? This is not a judgment, this is really just a question.
I deal with the paranormal. I'm curious about my work and nothing else.
Okay, you work. You've been studying that castle for a couple of weeks now. What can you tell us?
I've sealed every other exit from the castle with molten lead and bars. There's no way he can exit any other door apart from that main one. But every time I get an arrow ready, or anytime I hide and wait, one of those fucking villagers comes up and shouts, "Hey, Bill!" just as I'm about to take my shot. It starts off funny, I know, but see, after the 15th time, you're just like, I want to kill every single one of them. It started off simple, it was like, "Hey, Bill, I haven't seen a vampire hunter before, you look really interesting," and I'm like, Thank you, please go away. And then it became, "Hey, Bill, my daughter needs you to bless her because you're part of the church." And I'm like, "I'm not part of the church. Where did you get this from?" And apparently some councilman has been telling people that I'm part of the church. So they keep coming to me and trying to confess it to me. And I'm like, I don't care. Just fuck your neighbor, I don't care. And then there's every fucking time, and then that bastard gravekeeper with his "don't stand on my cress, Bill," and I'm like, fuck your cress.
Have you considered that perhaps they're sabotaging your work?
If they weren't this incompetent, I would consider it. Those council members, Jesus fucking wept. You haven't seen what I've seen. They're incompetent, bumbling idiots. You know what? You talk to them. I'm done talking to them.
Yeah, we'll do that. Did they hire you to kill this vampire?
Yes, they wrote to the guild, and I thought, hey, it's midsummer, Most vampires don't come out till the autumn, and I'll go here, I'll make a quick, couple of 100 gold. I'll shoot something in the face, then I get to go home and rest up again, spend time with my wife, and then I can go hunt again over the winter months. But no, that's not how it happened. I get stuck here for a month sleeping in field.
You really kill someone a couple weeks ago? Just not a judgment, just a question.
That bastard, he came at me with a long metal pipe. So I shot him. He started shouting that I want a duel with you. And I'm like, you don't want a duel with me, I will kill you. And he went, you can't call my wife that. And I went, if you duel with me, I will kill you. And he still went, I don't care, and charged. So I shot him. And now everyone says I am the bad guy.
Yeah, I'd have to say it's pretty painted against you whenever you come to this town there, Wilfred. Man, they really like to call you not Wilfred.
Don't start me every day. Hey, Bill! And I'm like, oh, fuck you all. I don't get to sleep at night. I don't get to spend any time away from just watching that fucking castle. And every day I get woken up by the bastards singing, and then I have to put up with their children singing at me that I'm a bird, and I'm just like, this village can burn for all I care. I just want to get my kill done, my mark finished, and then I can leave with my reputation intact at the least.
I think we can help with that.
Did they say anything about who specifically you hired the guild to take care of this vampire problem?
I spoke to Jacob. He's the one that wrote the letters. He's a nice guy, but the other two, fat one especially, fuck him.
So, do you know anything about the fact that they say you can kill vampires without going to hell? They seem to believe that this is true.
I spoke to Jacob. Is obsessed with this idea that, we are some sort of blessed thing. I don't know where he got this idea from, but I thought it was quite kind of cute, We get here and they go, oh, he's a blessed, hunter, and I'm like, the fuck is this? But you roll with it and you think, nothing of it, and then after they start coming to you and confessing that they want the next door neighbor's wife, and they don't think their turnips are big enough, and they sabotage someone else's crop. You're just like, I don't care anymore.
Well, alright.
You've not had a priest in this town for too long.
They probably should hire. Oh, yeah, last thing. Do you know why a vampire would want many, many buckets of blood? Ink or anything. There's no, consuming of the blood, it doesn't seem. They just want buckets full of the stuff.
Don't vampires always want blood?
Yeah, but usually don't they want to drink the blood? Not just,
drink
collect
it, bathe in it. Vampires are very weird creatures.
I was also paying attention to the reference to the thing with all the eyes.
The what?
Yeah, talking about a creature with a bunch of eyes.
Well, I've not heard anything about this. What is creature with many eyes?
I wasn't clear if this was what this dreaming about, or if this is the thing that is making the dreams happen. There's something with many eyes that seems to be tormenting this vampire.
You know anyone named Brian?
Brian? No, I've never met a Brian. Why?
Because Brian is hanging out with the vampire right now.
But there's not more than one of them in there.
But there definitely is something else in there.
I have watched that castle every day for nearly a month now. Apart from the one or two times that I'm sure he sneaked out.
Well, there's either an additional person or that vampire is hallucinating that there's another person in there and talking to them as if they exist.
As far as I'm aware, there is no one else there, but I'll keep an eye on it.
There was some need that if they have the blood, it'll make the dreams stop. And that's why they're collecting all the blood. They're setting out buckets, getting the buckets of blood.
These buckets you hold now?
We kind of took it.
Yeah, we stole the buckets. Yeah.
Stole his buckets? Oh no, what a shame. Why did you steal the bucket?
Because we thought it was a good idea. Well, we tried to trick him, but that failed miserably because my magic isn't working well. Anyway, point is, we have the buckets now.
Okay, well, I guess that's good, because it means he has to go further or find another bucket from somewhere, I guess.
He still has one more bucket.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I guess you use that. Vampires are strange things. There was one I used to hunt, I hunted a few years ago, that collected blood to bathe in.
This is an indelicate question, but do vampires typically have sex with horses?
What? No. What kind of sick fantasy do you people have? You're worse than the town people.
Well, I know there, buddy. That's what the town people told us.
My name is not Bill.
I just said buddy. But your name's not Buddy either.
Yeah, the townspeople are very weird. They gossip start in one corner and end another one complete different story. They like to chit-chat over morning nass. where they all sing. Oh god, the songs. I'm glad to be out of here.
Are there more songs other than this bird song they like to sing about you?
You don't know the end of it. Every morning they get together and they start singing. And then every weekend they sing more.
What kind? Can you sing a few bars for us?
I am not a singer. I hate singing. I've always hated singing. That's why I never went to church. It's all the sounds and the squeaking and the... I don't have much range, you know?
I know, I'm with you on that one. Can you write the lyrics down, maybe? Like, you've heard
something about sunshine and... I don't know. Pissing in the wind. Well, I fucking know. I don't know.
Okay. Is the blacksmith around anywhere?
The blacksmith is sort of gone back to his work, and you're far enough away from you that he can't really hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna wander back over there real quick, like, just to ask.
Oh, hello there. You came back to talk to me?
Yeah, but only for a second. I heard that you guys have this really cool song you sing in the morning.
That one. I haven't sang that in a long time.
I've got this harmonica. He pulls out his harmonica, and I kind of collect songs. I'm like a bit of a
Right, well,
bard.
you're better asking Zararosa. She's got the best voice of us all.
Okay, I'll definitely do that, but could you, maybe tell me a little bit about it, like the history,
Well, it used to be a song we used to sing for the royal family, you know. Every time they came over here, we'd sing this wee ditty about them, and they used to all smile and nod and throw a few, coins into the crowd, and we'd get a little bit of money. But, since they've been dead, God rest their soul, I haven't done it much since then. I know the other villagers love it, but it's mostly for the children,
Oh, of course. Great. Well, don't have the ability to write that down for me. Anyway, I'll just ask the mistress of the tavern. Yeah, she'll probably know. Thank you for your time. Personally, I think your arrows are pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Just saying.
It's glad to get a bit of feedback, especially positive stuff.
Yeah, people are a little bit picky these days. Anyway, I'm kind of done here. So, talk to you soon. And he kind of totters back off.
Okay.
So, Wilfred, you're going to be storming that castle tonight?
I don't know. I'm going back to my tree. I'm going to watch it to the evening, and if nothing happens by dawn, maybe I'll do something. But if you can just keep these bastards off me from talking at me, I'd be appreciated. I've no idea how annoying it can be for the 500th time that day. I have to explain to them my name isn't fucking Bill.
Nah, I hear you, man. So what we should do is, let's go for it. I don't know about Echo, Izzy, I don't know where you're at, but I'm down to smash and bash a little bit.
Him too.
You won't get through that door. It stood for hundreds of years. It's a proper castle door. A few weeks ago I did try to break through it with my axe, but no close. It's a proper castle door. It could withstand a battering ram.
Oh, if you just climb over.
You can climb onto the roof if you want, but being about 20 feet up, if you fall off it and plummet to your death, it'd be a less gruesome way to go,
No problem climbing. I got it.
I see that he has chimney up there. You could go through the chimney, but there is smoke coming from it, so I don't know how graceful a landing would be.
I think we could figure that out, probably. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could also buy some climbing kits if we needed to, make it a little bit safer scaling those walls.
Well, I have one with me.
Oh, well, how hot diggity.
When you're going to have to, scale a wall.
You can try if you want. That's not my style, but I just fall and plummet to my death, so I'm going back to my tree.
Yeah, one other question. Does that castle have any windows that we could
No,
look
it's a proper old castle. It has a couple of arrow slits on the top floor, but it's never got any light behind them. I don't think anyone's been there for a long time.
Wilfred, I don't mean to critique too much, but your style obviously isn't getting the job done, so...
Yes, but you have to remember that the longer you watch that door, the closer you get. And all I need is one night of those villagers not coming near me, and I will kill him. He hasn't come out the last few nights. He has to come out today. He needs the blood. If he doesn't come out, well, I assume he will go crazy. because the last few days he's been trying to come out and I have narrowly missed him because of that fucking gravekeeper.
Okay. Well, Echo, Izzy, what do y'all want to do in preparation for tonight? I'm not quite sure where we're at.
It seems like we have a choice, right? Either try to get inside and do something strange inside, or we try to keep the townspeople from bothering Wilfred while talking to the showman in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Since we've stolen all the buckets, it sounds like our vampire might try to come out anyway, so...
Alternatively, we could also talk to the town council. They don't seem to be particularly useful human beings, but maybe for what they know. I really don't like talking to people in this village, but maybe they have something for us.
Just so you're aware what your choices are for the next time slot. It is the castle, the blacksmith stables, the inn, the town square, and the graveyard.
And that puts us into early evening, right?
That's early evening, yes. You notice that one of the folk from the town council seems to have walked into the town square to sort of start trying to give a small speech to the people around.
Okay.
It's up to you if that influences you or not.
Yeah, either that or the graveyard, I guess. Or we could try to storm the castle.
That's a juicy hook you put out there with the town square, especially if it's one of the leaders. But at the same time, these town folks are not. Yeah.
There's a part of me that's really curious about what this speech is.
Yeah, I'm actually with you.
Part of our goal is to occupy the townspeople so they don't bother Hunter here.
Yeah.
It could put us in a good position.
I'm increasingly not sure what our goal is, but I'm still trying to work through it. Yeah, but...
Yeah, I think that might help us get more information so we can figure things out.
I can't not want to do the town square.
Let's do it then.
Okay.
Town square?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You watch Wilfred wander off to the graveyard and then climb back onto his tree. As you descend to the town square, and as you walk into the town square, you see quite a large group of people, and at the top of the group of people, there seems to be a sort of older man standing in a quite fancy-looking robe. And he goes, friends, it comes that I have a great thing to declare to all of you. Now, everybody get in and listen close. I'll only tell you once, and then you can tell everyone else, and everyone else will know. So, we, your beloved town council, have just signed a deal that will guarantee your safety against a vampire. And everyone starts sort of whispering amongst themselves, and he goes, Yes. I mean, what would you do if I told you that not only can you have something else to go with your cloves you got this afternoon? By the way, if any of you don't have your bag of cloves, you can pick one up just at the side here. We'll pass them out. But you will also be getting steak. And everyone sort of looks really kind of, sort of like talking. Yes, every single one of you will be getting a pound of steak. And everyone starts sort of whispering, yes, we're just waiting for Jacob to write it up, and then we're sending the order away. Hopefully they'll be back by the end of this week. Now, if every one of you has a pound of steak, do you know what this means? It means not only will you have protection from the vampire, because if it comes near you, you just sort of waft the steak at it and it runs away. But also, once we kill that vampire bastard, you get to all have a lovely scrap-up meal. And everyone starts cheering.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but are you sure that's the kind of steak that you...
Oh, we've done plenty of research, and Jacob has told me that steak comes from cows. So, that's why we've hurried all this thing to be bought in soon.
Huh.
I think this sounds exactly like the right thing to do, and you should all stay home to ward yourselves with your new weapons against the vampire and not go out and bother anybody, since you can protect yourself now.
Well, the steaks won't arrive till the end of the week, but that's a cracking idea. How about we get a pound of steak each and have an early night? Wow, that sounds fantastic.
This sounds like a very good idea. You should eat whatever you have at home yourself.
Eat what we have at home. That's a great idea, isn't it? I mean, the gentleman there has a fantastic idea, and he's new in the village. Because I don't recognize him, and I know all of you. So, young man, how long have you lived in our village?
Days.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, he just needs to come down to the town council tomorrow and sign on the books. And we'll be happy to have you as part of our village, won't we, everyone? And everyone starts cheering.
I've been here for 45 days and nobody's given me any clothes. I need to get...
Nobody giving him that man there. He qualifies for the newly fixed rainbow tabard.
Perfect,
Everyone
beautiful.
starts sort of gasping as he sort of pulls into a sack and pulls out this. It looks like it's been very, quickly stitched back together, bright rainbow-coloured tabard. As in, you can see this thing from the other side of the village. It's luminous. And he walks up to you and
that on.
puts it over your head and goes, "There we go. Now, we all remember the rules of the rainbow tabard, don't we?" And everyone nods and he goes, "Good, good, good. Right. Have you been told about the rainbow tabard?"
Yes, I'm fully informed and aware that you have to listen to me from now on until I doff this rainbow tabard. So I'll go to your homes and don't bother anybody that's working tonight.
That's a fantastic idea. Now, everyone remember, he's in the rainbow tabard, so you've got to be nice to him. Anyone I find being not nice to the rainbow tabard wearer gets a stiff talking to by me.
And I consider not listening to me to be not nice.
Yes, everyone should listen to him. He's in the rainbow tabard, he's the sickest person in the village, and we can't have a vampire taking advantage.
What? When he sick? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like the coolest.
No, like the most ill. You did say you've been here 45 days and no one's properly looked after you.
Ill. Yeah, it's true. That's what I said.
If you've been here 45 days and no one's looked after you, then you qualify to be the first recipient of the new rainbow tabard. And unlike last time, when this caused a riot, I will not allow people to rip it off each other claiming they're sicker than this person. If you think you're sicker, you will come and speak to the council. The council make the choice, not of you.
That's right, you have to prove your sickness.
Indeed, you have to prove you are sicker than this man here, and you can take the tabard. But until
Right now, I'm
then,
the sickest.
nobody is to be nasty to this man. Everyone is to be nice as possible.
Or my friends.
Just a quick question here as a person who's going to our village tomorrow. What kind of sick are we talking about?
Oh, you must be new as well, yes, well, you see, vampires prey on the feeble and the sick. And if we don't want our feeble and sick to be, eaten by a vampire, then what we need to do is look after them better than before. It usually means that whoever's in the rainbow tabard gets a couple of people to look after them all day. Plop up their pillows, run after them, make some full meals and soup, make sure they feel nice and healthy again. Because we can't have people in our village falling victim to vampires. We are a nice, healthy community that can't have any of our people be taken advantage of.
Is there a way that Izzy can sense motive, kind of? She's not buying this. She thinks she knows what's going on here.
You can do an awareness check if you want.
Yeah, she's not going to say it out loud, but...
You look at him and you wonder if he's got another motive, and then you see him trying to rile the crowd up a bit more, and you realize he's just a showman.
Okay, well...
Rusty's loving it.
Maybe we can be among the people who keep an eye on you.
Now, we need some volunteers to keep this man company until he feels better. Anyone volunteer?
Absolutely.
You see a couple of people put their hands up and he goes, right, you and you. Would you be willing to sleep with him? Yes, you. No?
Not necessary.
Oh, okay, well, sorry, dear. Yes, I know your husband would complain. Don't worry about it. How about you? Would you sleep with him? No? Somebody sleep with him. I don't want to do it again.
Wait, you know what? Hold your thought on that one. Let's see. These two people, Echo and Izzy here, they're the volunteers already.
Oh, they're good. Fantastic. Encouraging new blood by sleeping together and getting to know each other. Just like when I used to be a scout and we used to sleep cuddled up together for warmth. Oh, those were the days. I remember being a young man, looking out every morning at the sun rising in my own tent, putting on my clothes and feeling more manly.
Could we request a third, maybe Brunhilde? might want to help.
Right.
Yes, we demand it. Brunhilde has to help.
Well, Brunhilde has to help. Well, I hope she will. I mean, she's very strange, that woman. She doesn't come to the meetings, won't talk to me. But you know, I don't let it get me down. I know I have her vote at heart.
Well, we have the Rainbow Tavern now, so maybe she'll listen.
I'm gorgeous.
Rusty.
So, where do we want to go from here?
Well, at this point, he sort of goes, now, I know all of you wanted a town meeting, and I know Ernst has been very vocal that Jacob wastes your time, so we're going to have a meeting without Jacob in the inn. So if everyone can kindly make their way to the inn, please, everyone inside. We will have everyone can have a chance to speak, and we'll finally put this bill matter to bed. At this point, he's like sort of bustling everyone into the inn. And you see, just outside the inn, you see a very fat man with a large moustache sitting in a kind of like almost like a water butt with water pouring over his head, and he's got these massive saucer-like eyes.
Cool.
And at this point, you see the older man walk up and go, "Come along, Ernst!" And he slaps him in the face. "Come on, we've got a town meeting to do."
You told us about Ernst, right?
Yeah, we know Ernst is the big guy. Wilfred doesn't really care for him too much.
He's also on the council.
Yep, also on the council. And apparently just got Brunhilded.
Well,
At this point, you watch as the older man sort of pulls the fatter man up and sort of slowly walks him towards the inn and leads him through the door. So, your choice, when you decide to make it, is the inn, the castle, or the graveyard.
go to the inn, we can follow up on a lot of the threads that we still have dangling.
It's true, that puts us at night, so the next thing would be morning.
And we can always head over to the castle tomorrow. In fact, that might actually be smarter.
So our plan is going to be, let's see if we can keep the townspeople distracted long enough and hope that Wilfred gets to do what he wants to do, or needs to do.
At the very least, something will happen at the castle as long as we can keep them distracted-ish.
Okay.
Presumably.
I'm game to give it a try.
Okay. So, you make your way into the inn, and as you get into the inn, there's quite a loud hubbub of people talking. And again, the sort of older man is at the front saying, Right, everybody settle down. We will get to everybody and we will finally put this thing to rest. So, should we, as the village and collective community of Dorowhesk, exile Bill? Now, as I said before, Jacob is not here tonight because Ernst, and he gestures to the fat man, says here's a... What's it he says, Ernst? And Ernst goes, he plays devil's thingy. Yes, he plays devil's thingy. So, apparently, people shouldn't play devil's thingy. So, we've not invited Jacob tonight. This is going to be a normal community where we don't have the man who sits in the corner and says, well, what about the other side? So, who would like to start our lovely meeting tonight? And at this point, you notice a couple of villagers come up and start complaining about Bill threatening them or yelling at them. What do you want to do?
I think you shouldn't exile Bill. Because, well, I think that maybe this might be a case of mistaken identity. Follow me for a second. Have you noticed? Call him Bill, terribly upset.
Well, he's been very angry every time anyone says hello to him. I mean, we can't help it if, he doesn't like his name.
Oh, I understand. So, I'm a magician.
Oh, he's a magician. Brilliant. Can we have a show later?
Yes, yes, we can.
Show. I haven't seen one in years.
I'll definitely do that for you. Well, I know a lot
You do
about
that thing where you saw the person in half. I love that thing. Makes me
would you
clap
like-
like a child.
That's the thing I can do. Yeah, I can do
Fantastic. Ernst, you've got to be awake for this. Wake the fuck up, Ernst. We've got this magic show coming on.
Before we do that, though, let me finish. I believe that maybe after I put a spell on Bill, and this is weird, but it's important because of magic, instead of as Bill, which is his name, obviously, as Wilfred, upset anymore. Well, he'll be upset, but that's his nature, but he'll be a lot less upset.
So you're going to replace Bill with Wilfred?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, but Wilfred is going to look...
Do we have to pay this Wilfred the upfront money again?
Oh, no, you don't have to pay him anything.
Oh, splendid. But I'm fine with it then, yes.
Right, so from now on, this is critically important or the spell will not work. You must call Bill, that's his name obviously. If you don't do this, the spell will break, and I can't be held responsible for what happens. You must call Bill from now on Wilfred.
From now on, Wilfred, right. Okay. Call him that now. Can we shorten it a little bit? It's a bit long.
No, you can't. It's magic. You can't. You have to do the whole thing.
Magic, Ernst. I've never seen a trick like this. When will it happen? Maybe it'll turn into a seal or something.
Alakazam. And then Echo snaps his fingers.
Everyone around is kind of making sort of like, ooh, mystified noises. At this point, you hear a ha-ha! Well, someone's happy. So, who is next to talk about exiling Bill?
So wait, you guys didn't pick it up that we're not exiling Bill.
Hey, we're
not exiling. Well, this whole meeting is to talk about if we should. I mean, I know there's spells going on. I'm looking forward to see how it works. Maybe there'll be some flowers appearing later on.
Well, then I'm motioned to table this meeting until we see the results of the spell.
Oh, right. Remember, everybody, we have to respect the rainbow tablet. And everyone starts getting so grumpily looking around. I know, it's been a while since we had a proper town meeting. But the rainbow tablet, now everyone sort of move around him and we'll all try and give him a hug at once.
Yes. Hug me, my loyal servants.
So, while Rusty is getting a hug from about 80 people, the door is kicked open and you see Wilfred standing there with like a corpse over his shoulder, and he walks up and goes, I killed it. It's dead. And he throws the body onto the ground in front of you, which has got like an arrow in the head and an arrow through the chest. And he goes, see, it's dead. Pay me what you owe me. I'm out of this fucking place.
Hey everyone, it's Wilfred. Say hi to Wilfred.
Everyone turns around and goes, hey Bill.
Oh.
And he goes, I don't care. I'm getting paid. I am leaving you fucksticks here. And I get to leave and go back to my wife. I get to sleep in my bed. And I get to not have to think about none of your annoying fucking faces.
Did we see, like, through that flap or anything, did we see what this vampire looked like?
Only that it had sort of like wispy white hair and very bloodshot eyes. Which is what this creature lying on the ground does have.
Okay, so at least matches that. Okay.
So at this point you see the innkeeper grudgingly counting out gold, and the older councilman going, great, well, Zatarosa will count out what we owe you, and we'll pay you back. Of course we will, darling, we'll pay you back in time. And then we'll give you the money, Bill, and then you'll leave, yes? And Bill just looks and goes, I can't get away fast enough. And everyone cheers. Right, well, I think once Bill's been paid, I think, if the Rainbow Tabard man will not mind, I think we should all have a few drinks and make a sort of celebration night of it all. And everyone starts to cheering quite loudly and starts hugging the Rainbow Tabard more.
Yes.
Wilfred, did you? Yeah.
What? I killed him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Did you find Brian?
Who is Brian?
Right, okay. Look in that castle, or did you just wait for...
No, I waited, and he just popped his little head out, and I went... And it went through his skull, and he collapsed dead. And I walked up, then I shot him one more time through the heart, and he doesn't move anymore. He's dead.
Always double tap.
Yeah, okay. This is gonna be a question that I know the answer to. Would you mind sticking around for maybe just...
No. I've killed what I need to kill. I am out of this fucking place. And if I have to stay here a moment longer, I'm punching that bitch in the face again. And at this point, there's an old woman who looks at him, like narrows her eyes and goes...
Wilfred, you gonna get your pocket watch back?
No, I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it for a while, and that fat bitch over there won't give it to me. And they look at the barman goes, well, I ain't giving it to you till you pay me for that room you owe me. Fuck you, you fat bitch.
How much does he have?
See, you have that attitude of yours, Bill. My name is not Bill, and I can be civil unlike you. Well, that's nice, isn't it? I've been nice to him all the time he's been here, but he's not been like that to me. An absolute bastard. You go to hell, Bill.
How much does he owe?
Oh, I think it's 25 gold.
Okay. Here it is.
Oh, right. Well, your watch kind of got taken by the birds. It might be in the nest outside somewhere.
Out in the back of this place.
Well, you know it's outside somewhere. It's one of them nests. I saw the bird running away with it. They like shiny things, you know.
I'm gonna
Aye,
hold
one of
on
them
to
big
this.
birds.
I'm gonna hold on to this gold and give it to you when I find the bird. How about that?
Well, that's not very fair. It's the money I'm owed.
Hey, I
We're not
understand.
leaving town yet.
We have to be here, and you'll get your gold. We just need that watch.
So grumpily crosses her hands and looks quite sourly at you. At this point, Bill just goes, I don't care anymore. He takes the bag of gold they gave him and he goes, I'm going to leave. With this, I can just go home. I sleep in my bed. I can get a new watch from Christoph, and I don't have to worry about the goddamn thing. I'm out of here. Fuck all of you. Good night. And he walks towards the stables. So at this point, the drinking begins in the inn. So you have a choice. You can stay in the inn/town square, or you can go to the castle. It's now lying open.
You know I want to go to that castle.
Oh, yeah.
You have to
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the- Yeah, I think we have to go to the castle.
Okay.
I think there's something there.
You walk out of the inn and you watch Wilfred basically get to the stables, jump on a horse, and basically ride off with one finger up towards the rest of the town. As you walk up towards the castle, you see the sort of blood stain on the door where obviously the vampire, in quotes, was shot. And as you look at the door, you walk inside and you see behind the door there were about 15 bolts across the door to hold it shut.
Dang.
This doesn't look great. Should we just explore this place? He says as he takes his lightning staff off his back.
Yeah, let's see if there's any well-worn paths here real quick. Let me look around here. And I'm gonna try to, can I use tracking to see like a more traveled path than others?
There's a single corridor leading from this door and it leads to a small sort of study.
Okay.
When you get into the study, you see a fire that's almost pretty much burned out. From the left to the right, you see a table, and on top of the table there's a large bag of oats. There's a half-eaten bowl of porridge. There's quite a large sort of leather-bound book. You see the fireplace, you see a rug on the floor, you see a large armchair with a blanket over it. And to the far right, you see the two other ways out of this room have been heavily barricaded with furniture.
How
What do you
well
do?
lit is this area?
Now the fire's going out, not very.
Echo is visibly anxious as he kind of looks around the room.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go up to the table. They're like, look, dinner for two.
Yeah, okay, let's just... Can someone else relight that fire? Does anyone have any oil?
I mean, I got a torch I could probably punk off of it.
Yeah, that would be great. Like, if we could do that, that would be really...
All right, so I
Okay.
bust out one of my torches and light it with what's left from the fire.
Okay, you light torch up. You see a bit better in the room. Again, there's not much else in what I've described. There's a couple of like logs lying next to the fire that look like they've been stolen from somewhere, like especially like the ones that they look a lot like the ones from behind the inn.
Okay.
I want to take a look at that book.
Sure. When you open the book, you see a very nicely written inscription that says the following is the contents of the royal family's abode in Doralhursk. When you scroll to the next page, you see it starts off as being these really neatly written things like antique wooden bureau with like this kind of carvings and so on. And the detail seems to be like very heavily of what things are basically worth that are left. As you flick through the pages, you notice the detail getting less and less. And then as you flick through the final couple of pages, it just says the words, "Help me," over and over and over again.
This all feels... Yeah, I'm gonna, for one more time, use a check arcana to see if there's anything going on in this room that we should be worried about immediately.
Sure. No, there's nothing arcana you need to be aware of in this room. As you check it, you hear the sound of the whole building like creaking, like the building's moving.
I don't like the sound of that.
No.
I think there's anyone else in here with us, because I kind of do.
Yeah. Not wrong, but I can't put my paws on it.
I pull out my weapon and I get ready in case anything tries to get a drop on us, taking a look around at the possible entry point.
The single entry point, which is the way you came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we search? I don't know what the roll or the movement for that would be.
Where do you
Just
want to
sort of.
look?
How about the rug? Did you say there was a big rug?
There is a rug, yes. You can move the rug if you want.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
You move the rug, you find the trapdoor under it.
Yes, okay.
So, are you wanting to open the trapdoor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you open the trapdoor. It leads to stone stairs leading down. There's some little trickles of blood on every sort of alternate step.
Yeah, we should probably be armed for this. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
No problem.
Getting my crossbow out.
I'm ready to go. Do you want me to lead this escapade?
Yeah, I don't really want to be in front on this one.
I just want
There.
to check. What's your light sources at the moment?
Torch.
Okay. Is it just one torch?
That's it.
I've got another torch
yeah.
if we need it.
My fears are darkness and fire, and I don't think you would touch something that close to fire. So, yeah.
Come lead the way.
Yeah, if you need Izzy to take the other torch, she will. But
Yeah. I hate to be that guy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
Get the
get it.
light.
don't worry.
Not a problem. I'll strike up the other torch and hand it over to Izzy.
Okay.
Back. Rusty can be in the front. We can put Echo in the middle.
Stuck between darkness and fire. Yep, he's going to do really well.
Gonna love it.
I mean, whatever you think works best, but
Oh no, I mean, this is great. Let's go with this.
I mean, fire can be bad, but have you ever looked into the abyss of the humanoid belly button? Oh, God. Horrible.
Truly appreciate your quirks. You're a very quirky man.
Thank you. I get it from up happy.
So you get to the bottom of the stairs. You notice in front of you there's a very large stone sarcophagus.
Yeah, this feels like where a vampire would be. Where are those silver arrows? You should probably load those up.
All right. Well, I've got one here. Should I just do it with the hand or do it with the bow? We're kind of getting close.
Whatever, I don't know. I'm not a person. I'm just gonna electrocute this dude if he comes out. That was my plan.
All right, well, how about I'll go over and I'll push the top off the sarcophagus and you do the electrocute.
Sounds good.
Okay, do me a strength roll to push the lid off the sarcophagus.
You got it. Don't fail me now.
Oh, thank goodness.
22.
You shove the lid off the sarcophagus, it just flies off and shatters onto the ground into hundreds of pieces. Inside is immediately a strong smell of blood and there's an intact coffin with a small gold plaque. It looks quite old and beat up.
It's surprising.
Nothing inside, though.
It's a
other
sealed
than the
coffin.
plaque. Oh, a sealed coffin, right.
Yeah. It looks quite tattered and broken, like it's been around a long time. It looks like it's barely holding together, but it is quite an old coffin with the lid on.
there's black, you said?
There's a gold plaque on it, yes.
Yeah, Izzy's going to take a closer look and try to read it.
Okay, it says God rest their souls.
Okay. I'm wondering how many... I mean, it's souls plural?
Yeah.
You going to try to open it? She is, not going to stop you, obviously, because wants to see what's in it.
All right, well, here we go. Once you pop, you can't
Echo
stop.
takes out.
Okay, do
Vial
a
of
strength
holy
check
water.
to open the coffin.
Sha. Oh no!
Natural 1.
The first time took it out of me.
You put your hands in to try and get in the coffin, you put your hands round, and as you're about to leap, you sort of pull back and get a huge splinter into the middle of your finger. You jerk backwards, screaming, and everyone sort of lurches round in panic to stare at you.
Ah,
Are you okay?
it's a deep one. Oh man.
I'll hold still. Hold still.
Yeah,
Don't try to pluck it out.
Can
Yeah, go
everyone
for
do an awareness check, please?
Yep.
that matches up.
Oh my god. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad.
Okay. So Echo and Izzy both notice something crawling along the floor towards them. Rusty does not notice this because he's too distracted with his finger.
Yep.
As the two of you leap back to avoid being grabbed by it, Rusty is grabbed by a very large green tentacle and swung around by the ankle.
Yeah, we probably need to kill this thing.
Are we close enough, like, torch in her hand still? Are we close enough to, like, maybe get the tentacle with the torch?
You can try, yes. It's sort of swinging Rusty around by his ankle, so he's sort of upside down and basically going like up and down like a sort of paintbrush.
Oh no!
I mean, lightning bolt, like, to not as far away from Rusty as I can.
Roll your lightning bolt.
Oh gosh.
This can only go well.
Yeah, no, nothing bad has happened.
Rusty's just screaming, I'm wearing the tunic.
You shock the tentacle immediately retracts and drops Rusty. He lands on the ground and doesn't land on the torch. You notice that all the tentacles seem to be coming from one wall.
Yeah, this is a really bad situation we find ourselves in. What do we kill?
It. Kill it.
The wall?
As you hold your torch up to look at the wall, you see that the wall is like pulsing as if it's like got a heartbeat. And it seems to be covered in a vastly drying layer of blood.
This is not good. Guys, I think this is Brian.
Oh,
Wait, is the castle alive?
I don't know, but we should kill it.
Okay, how do you do this? How do you blow up an entire place?
So at the moment there's about 5 tentacles coming out of this wall, and they're sort of slowly like worming their way along the floor towards the rest of you.
I'll attack any of them that try to get close to me, of course.
Okay, roll to swing or attack. Plus strength for a melee weapon, plus dex for a ranged weapon.
Definitely go with my halberd.
he's gonna back you up and try to go with the crossbow.
Okay, roll. You
Nice.
shunk an arrow into one of the tentacles with your crossbow. It seems to obviously retract, and this thick green ichor starts running down it and dripping onto the floor.
I recommend not letting that touch us.
I think Echo's gonna try one of his vials of holy water that he probably bought just because he heard we were fighting vampires.
Okay, you're just gonna hurl it at the wall.
Yeah, hurl a vial of holy water at the wall. That's the
Sure.
game.
Roll to hurl the vial at the wall.
That was good.
You basically like hurl it to one of the tentacles, like smacks it out of the way, and it smashes into one of the side walls.
It was really expensive. I'm actually very disappointed.
Oh no.
Can everyone do me a dodge roll? So basically just do a d20 roll plus your balance. If you don't have balance, just do a plain d20 roll. Well, Izzy's fine. You're all fine. So you all manage to dodge the tentacles as they try and grab you. It's back to Rusty. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to put my torch and burn these tentacles.
Okay. Roll.
So what damage would I do with the torch?
Probably set it on fire.
I'm good with that.
Or
Burn
you'd
it down.
You'd singe it. You'd singe it badly, or you'd set it on fire, depending how high you roll.
Okay.
Izzy is definitely not liking all of this and is highly motivated to keep shooting crossbows at it. Because this is just not right.
No, I can't help but think aid to kill an old man and left a giant eldritch horror in the basement.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Oh, Izzy's gonna shoot off a crossbow bolt.
Sure. Yep, you again shoot one straight through one of the tentacles. It just starts leaking this thick green ichor onto the floor and starts retracting.
Yeah, oh gosh. Is it actively on fire?
I'm waiting for... Oh, I'll tell you. You sort of lurch forward with it and sort of smack the tentacle with it. It singes and then sort of bursts into slight flame, and the tentacle flails around on fire.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were waiting on me.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say when the thing bursts into flames, oh gosh, this is probably the only fair way to do this. Echo wants to use his lightning staff, but instead he kind of freaks out and like stumbles backwards a couple of steps, and I think I'm gonna pass this round. Then I'll pick it up next time.
That's fine, at least you
This is
are
freaking
being
out.
properly, so that's fine.
Okay, so Rusty, it's up to you and me.
Gotcha, let's knock it out.
All right, let's do this thing.
Alright, let me try that attack again. I'm gonna go at it with my halberd.
Okay.
Sha. Nope.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Not
Huzzah!
Who do you hit
No.
with a natural 1? Odd or even?
Let's go odd.
It's natural 20 and an even. You hit Izzy.
What the fuck?
Now, I need to just quickly consult my other chart.
All of these things are bad. What just happened?
13. 13 is the right arm.
Seriously?
What happens to your right arm? 15. 15 is loss. You slice Izzy's right arm clean.
Dear God! Oh my!
I thought we were friends.
So Izzy is now fountaining blood from her right side.
It's just a scratch. It's just
Let's imagine her in true Tabaxi style frantically cleaning the wound to try and stop the bleeding.
yeah.
Dear God! Take the torch and cauterize it. I don't know.
You can if you want, yep.
I mean, I'm gonna
Oh,
ask. I'm gonna be like, you want? I can cauterize it real quick and just.
Roll to cauterize.
God.
Well, do you want me to do this?
Go for it.
All right, just wanted to make sure you were on board with it.
Already lost an arm.
I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm not a doctor. 16.
Yep, you cauterize the wound, and there's a smell of burning fur that fills the
Oh,
room as
At
these.
this point, I think Echo snaps out of it and he's like, "What did you just do?"
It was
and
an accident. I promise.
He lifts his
This
lightning
was not
staff up
oh,
and
that was my arm.
You notice one of the tentacles, like, crawling forward, wrapping round Izzy's arm, and just pulling it back towards the wall.
yeah, he's gonna try to zap that tentacle. Like, I
Okay.
think that's where he's at right now.
Roll. Yep. You zap the tentacle, it immediately shoots backwards, dropping the arm, which is still oozing blood from the other end.
At the arm.
I grabbed the arm.
Can you get my crossbow back, please?
The crossbow, I imagine, is... Did you have a sort of sling for it, or was it held in your arm?
She had it in her hand, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the crossbow's lying on your feet at the moment.
Jeez. Okay, so she's gonna try to operate that thing left-handed now.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The digital dice don't like me.
Okay. Roll to see how a left-handed, single-handed crossbow shot goes.
This is gonna be interesting. Okay. As well.
You manage to make the crossbow go off. The bolt flies well wide of the wall.
Not a lefty.
Silver. What about silver? Anything? Come on, guys.
Oh, yeah. I guess I shouldn't try slicing and dicing anymore.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't.
So I'll go ahead and I'll pull one of the silver arrows and pull out my bow and just try to fire at one of the tentacles.
Okay, roll.
Come on.
Yep.
11.
You just shoot
Pretty
through one of the tentacles. Again, it starts pissing this thick green ichor. Let's see what happens. Yep, the green ichor sprays onto the one on fire, and it also catches fire. There's a lot of burning going on in the tentacles.
Oh dear God. Rusty is making everything worse. That's all he's doing right now.
At this point, the floor puddles of green goo have also caught fire.
I think this is our cue to leave and just try to burn the whole place down and let it burn with it.
I think we have a good start on our hands here already.
We need to leave.
As the fire seems to seep back from the tentacles and starts, like, not so much setting the wall on fire, but setting the sort of base of the tentacles on fire, the ground beneath your feet begins to shake.
Oh no.
So,
I'm not a good climber anymore, at least for the time being, until I relearn. So I'm trying to make my way up.
Okay.
what's the roof of this place made of? Can I hit it with enough to bring this roof down?
It's quite hefty stone, but you can if you want, sure.
Yeah, like, so if I'm not shooting in a way that would, like, kill everyone below, but I want to take this, maybe, hopefully, because after this, Echo is probably morale broken. Actually really bad.
You shock the roof, nothing happens.
Let's just go. Let's get out of here. All right,
Yeah,
make sure to.
run now. Sorry, guys.
You all run up the stairs and run from the building. As you run from the building, you run outside and you see most of the village are now drunk or lying around singing quietly to themselves. And in the middle of the town square, there's a youngish man wearing a long black robe who has his hands outstretched. And as you kind of break your way from the sort of dark of the castle, you hear him basically put his arms out and say, "Brothers, sisters, I wish you to bear witness as we bring Eve Sakok to our world." At this point, the castle behind you splits in twain. This gigantic, several hundred story high frog with about 5 billion eyes just rises from within the castle.
This is going to be a real problem.
And as dawn was basically breaking, the frog blocks out the sun. You have not saved the world.
Ah!
No!
You might not have saved the world, but people can find you and follow your fantastic progress. So, who are you and where can people find you? Starting at the top with Kyle.
Again, my name is Kyle. I am the Dungeon Maestro from BomBARDed, which is an all-bard podcast played using the D&D 5e system. And essentially, we're a band first, and then we decided to do the show, so we bring our instruments to the table. Every episode, we roll up chord dice so we can write a new song for you that is revolving around the story and everything like that. So, yeah, just search for BomBARDed on any of your podcatchers, and bombardedcast.com and bombardedcast on most of your social medias. So hit us up. Thanks. This is a lot of fun.
Just to say, I love your guys' concept. It's just so unique. It's fucking
Great
wonderful.
idea.
Thanks. Oh, we have a great time doing it. It's just a lot of fun. It's been the most prolific writing season we've had. Well, actually, it's 2 years coming up pretty soon. So
It's genuinely so interesting to listen to you guys. You're so different from everyone else. Genuinely, just yeah.
Thanks.
Next we have Lynne.
Sorry, I'm still chuckling and reeling from the fact that my character lost an arm. So,
yeah, sorry.
so
We really dropped the ball on this one.
Yep.
that was dramatic, and I love it. It was hilarious. So, yes, I'm Lynne M. Meyer on Twitter and Instagram and lots of other places. Again, I'm a writer around creative person. You probably know me best from Uncaged Anthology. I also have a brand new book out that I contributed to called Friends, Foes, and Other Fine Folks, which is out now as of the day that we're recording this. It literally just came out yesterday, so that's out on the DM's Guild. So I've got all kinds of things coming out, so look for me on DM's Guild. And I am also not normally playing a cat. You can find me every Tuesdays on Twitch on the Onyx Path, playing a dog on Paws and Claws, Lost Tales of Pugmire. So I get to be a good doggo of the clerical type.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And finally, we have Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve Spalding, one half of the actual play podcast Risk Management. We are a science fiction podcast that takes place inside of a cult with killer robots and all kinds of fun magical technological stuff going on. We release episodes probably once every 3 weeks or whenever I get around to editing them, but we are, having a lot of fun. You can also find us on Twitter at RiskMRPG or find other stuff that I'm working on at InsideFictions.com. So, hope to see you.
Cool. So, thank you again to everyone here, and just everyone can just say good night.
Good night. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of our 2019 Open the Dungeon Halloween series. The story was written by Nikolai Pupsky and Artie McNeil, with all music by Daniel Boström. If you would like to be involved in future Halloween recordings, please send us a message at Penance RPG. This year's episodes are also a part of the All the Horror 2019 collaboration. Check out #AllTheHorror on social media for more gruesome goodies. If you would like to support Penance RPG in future projects, or just think you'd love to have our Halloween logo on a shirt from our recently opened Teespring, links can be found in the description. Until next time, good night out there, whatever you are.